Hey there, Rist. How are you? I'm doing pretty good today. Yeah, ready to coach it up.
Okay.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Thanks so much for waiting. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for
Awesome.
having me.
Yeah, no problem. It's awesome to have you here. All right, so, we got quite a long session ahead of us today. I'll always start off my sessions with OP.gg. Let's take a look at your profile, see how you've
Oh
been doing
boy.
lately. And I don't know if I prompted you before the session started. If you have any like questions to ask me, this is the best time to fire them away because we'll talk about a bunch of stuff before we get you into your first game. Okay.
Okay. Well, kind of putting me on the spot. I don't know specific questions at this time,
That's
actually.
okay. I'll take a look at your profile, and then if you can think of a question for me, just go ahead and ask. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I got your
Thank you.
profile up here. I encourage you to go ahead and look with me.
Oh, okay.
Do you have it?
Not yet.
That's okay.
Where you at?
That's okay.
OP.g.
Yeah, I sent it to you. So
Oh, perfect. I use Professor.
Professor's good too. I like using the Professor app. Yeah, there's a lot of good websites. Okay, let's take a peek on how you've been doing lately.
Okay.
Filtered by ranked tier 2. Dang, you've been crushing it in ranked. Look at you go. Holy flip.
You say that. I I've been watching or listening to another content creator, Coach Curtis. I'm sure you know who that is.
Yes, I'm familiar with Coach Curtis. Yeah.
And they've been going over a lot of things. I guess I could say I started the game uh, back in season one, and I became a for fun player from seasons 5 to 10, and I was an AD carry main. Um, Season 11, I kind of got sick of it, and I think it was somewhere in season 12 I switched over to top, and I decided to go Garen because I learned a lot from Garen back when I first started, and so I
Yeah.
kind of wiped the whole slate clean, and then started taking a new non-toxic approach to the game. That obviously, if I'm not climbing, it's not my teammates, like a lot of people say. It's I mean, it can be, I guess, 30-30-40 rule, but I would say
Yeah.
the majority of it is your own gameplay. It's kind of a single player game as much as it is a team's game. So
They're gonna happen. They're gonna happen. Like, the game changes so much that you're gonna literally be out of your stride. No
mm,
pun intended. Every now and then, and it's gonna hit you pretty hard. Like, I'm going through like a phase myself right now. I was literally on like 70 75% my rate, and now I'm just like in a big slump right now. I lost a ton of games. But that point of time always prompts us to go ahead and reassess things, try
yeah,
something new, try to reevaluate the meta, see what works and see what doesn't.
it's all about the learning curve.
Yeah, yeah. The biggest mistake that a lot of people make is just being too hard set in their ways. Like, okay, this build works for me. I climbed to this elo with this build, but like a year passes and that build's no longer good anymore. That
Right.
playstyle is no longer good anymore. Okay, you got to platinum by roaming 24/7. Well, roaming's different. Roaming's hard nerfed. So
Mm.
like the game always changes, and you always want to be open minded to reinvent yourself. Um. Okay, so you got back on Garen. How long have you
Yep.
been spamming him for?
I where can I go in here and see last season somewhere?
Okay, so we're talking about like over a year right now. You've been just
Yeah, we're
spamming him.
talking we're talking
Okay.
somewhere last season, probably mid to early season. I switched over to Garen basically exclusively. I think I
Cool.
got about 200 games on him last season, and now we're just kicking the stride off again this season. Um, the main reason I prompted the session here is because last season I failed my promos to plat like 3 times. It is what it is. And then this season I got back up to high gold with probably a 70% win rate, and for the last like 100 games I've been just bouncing up and down in gold 1, gold 2, and so like there's clearly
Okay.
something wrong with my gameplay that I can't see, and I'm hoping that somebody at your caliber can kind of streamline that learning process, because I'm trying to rewatch some videos, like my replays, and see what I'm missing, but you don't know what you don't know, so I just have no clue what I'm really missing, most of the time. I got some notes on stuff that I'm kind of making mistakes, but are they really mistakes? I'm not 100% sure. I don't really have anybody else higher caliber of a player than
Okay.
myself that we play with to, kind of teach me the ropes.
Do you know what your win rate is, like the last like 20 games?
I have no clue. I don't even know where to see it.
Okay. You can take a look at the Twitch stream because like I literally have it. But like, dude,
Oh,
you have a
okay.
74% win rate last 20 games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, yeah. If you were to give me this story before I even took a look at your profile, I'm like, oh my god, dude, he's down in the dumps. He's got like a 20% win rate. He's losing games left and right. Is this your profile? Am I in the right
This,
account right
yeah.
now?
Yep, this is it. Um, yeah.
Oh
It's
dear. Okay. Well, I can still coach you 100%. Like I'm sure there's tons of stuff we can talk about, but like
yeah.
you're not doing too bad here, to be honest. I'm not gonna say that for the record that you're
Well,
kind of struggling, but
I yeah,
go ahead.
I will throw the disclaimer in that it looks great right now, but probably 2 3 weeks ago, my buddy and I were talking because
Yeah.
he got into it with me. My win rate was I wish I could ask him. I think it was a 50 or a 49% win rate in there somewhere. So I get these really good highs and the really good lows. I'm kind of blocking out the lows at this point after listening to a bunch of people talk about your mental state and everything, and I feel like climbing is probably, dude, I don't know. What do you think? Like 70% mental and probably only 30% gameplay at this point? Because
Yeah.
people, especially in Gold 1 and Plat 4, there's just so many people that they just tilt so easily, and then the game's just lost in their minds, and then they say, all right, that's it. I'm just going to run it down or I'm going to quit.
Well, I mean,
So that's kind of, yeah.
it depends on what role and what champions you play. Like, if we're gonna talk about like percentages, be like, oh yeah, it requires like 60% this, 40% that, 10% luck, 10% skill, 25% concentrated power. Well, all that. I mean, you're playing Garen, so like, let's go ahead and mirror that. Compare that with like an ADC. Okay, so like in order to climb as an ADC, what does an ADC need to climb? Right? They probably need mechanics, right? They need movement,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because you could build every correct item under the sun, but it doesn't matter if you just get hit by every single skill shot. You just die in a fight. You put out 0 damage, right?
Yep.
So like mechanics, big for ADCs. For jungle, it's macro, map awareness, right? For support, roam timers. A little bit of map presence. Maybe some mechanical input depending on what champions you play, right?
I have a question. Do we or can you watch a video? I don't know how to send it to you. That's the problem.
You recorded a
Um,
VOD for me.
I recorded a game that I played earlier today. It was my first game of the day, and in my opinion, it was absolutely atrocious. We ended up winning, thankfully, because I just played support mid Garen and just kind of what do you say? I just catered to my win con, which was our jungler.
Okay.
Um, and I guess that would be a good indication of where to start,
Okay.
because I feel like I make a lot of underlying mistakes that I'm not really aware of, and that might help.
Okay.
Um, but I don't know how to send it to you.
Okay. I can take care of that. Okay. So, do you know Google Drive?
I will Google it.
Okay. So, do you have a Gmail account?
I don't have a Gmail account,
Okay.
no.
So there's several ways we can do this. Google Drive's the most common, where you create an account with a Google account. It'll give you about 2 GB of free storage. Do you know how large the video file is?
I don't know that either. Asking quite a lot of me.
Okay, let's figure out how big the file is first. Okay, so like right click the file for me if you can see it in
Nope.
your Explorer,
Yep.
and
I'm
then
checking that right now.
okay,
So we're looking at Geez, 6.56 gigs.
Okay, all right. Let me check really quickly and make sure Google Drive's actually gonna let you do that. Another thing I have to consider too is like how long is it gonna take to upload this thing? Like, what's your upload speed? Okay, so it's gonna be pretty decent. Okay. Okay. Um. So if you register a Google Drive account right now, I'll give you 15 gigabytes for free. So if you want to do that really quickly, I'll take a look at your profile. Will you set that up? Okay. And then upload the file, send it to me. Share it with a link, and we'll go and take a look at it. Okay. Yeah. Is it the any game?
Uh,
Or it's
I played against Swain. I think I was 4-4, or was I 3 and I was 3-1 against Swain. His name was actually Swain.
okay.
That username is taken. Excuse me?
Oh dang. There's an imposter among us.
Huh.
So it looks like you're struggling for a bit because I see the overall win rate of your account, right? 95 wins, 85 losses. So I don't know what percentage of those 85 losses hit you over the last month or two. Maybe you experienced a lot of losses. Maybe that's what's prompted you to come seek my knowledge, and I understand that. But it looks like the adjustments you're making on your own are doing more than adequate. They're doing great. My job, I suppose, will be helping to identify the mistakes that you can't identify on your own, help you calibrate
Yes.
further, and maybe we can see you prolong this 70%-ish win rate for a longer period of time until we get you comfortably into platinum.
That would be, yeah, that'd be ideal. I mean,
Go, go.
I've gotten to the point where like rank doesn't really matter to me anymore. I'm just more excited about like improving in the game. Like I said, I've
Go,
been playing since season 1, so
go.
I got up to platinum before, and I held on to the for the longest time. Like, "Hey, you got to platinum before, you should be able to do it again. Your teammates are holding you back." All that toxic mindset, and I'm just kind of sick of it. I'm just like, well, there's clearly something that I'm doing wrong, you know. So I want to
Okay.
figure out what I can do to improve my own gameplay. And I mean, yeah, regardless of, I'm sure whatever it is, you can probably point it out just light years faster than I ever could. So
Yeah, I'll be able to help. I recognize a lot of common mistakes that Garen players make.
yeah,
Um, okay, so one thing I want to make some comments on your profile. So one thing I do like about your profile is that you exhibit rune diversity, which is really great. Conqueror, Phase Rush, that's good bread and butter starter. I like that a lot. I like that you're trying to think about what keystones could be valuable for you in the present moment. And since you're playing in an MMR where people are going to make a ton of mistakes, like you could have an opponent making maybe one mistake every 10 seconds in lane. Yeah, taking Ignite and pairing it with Garen is very, very effective. I like that you compensate your lack of mobility into the mid game. I see that you prioritize deadman in your games a lot. That's good. Um, I think there's just some matchups where I think that you could be better off taking one rune over another. So maybe I can help you iron that out a bit because I like maybe there's some problematic matchups right now for you that you're trying to solve, and that can like sometimes chip down on your win rate a bit. But maybe I can talk about matchup specifics, give you solutions to these matchups, so that way they don't trouble you as much. Because I'm seeing several here that maybe are kind of messing up your game a little bit.
oh yeah, there's quite a few of them. I mean, I would say I'd like to ban Mordekaiser because I feel like in order to beat Mord as Garen, you kind of have to have a different playstyle, and I am kind of set on one playstyle, so playing against him kind of throws off my vibe. So, like as you see, I've got, you know, I love movement speed and I love zooming around the map and playing kind of the macro game. And like if I've seen you play too, and you kind of go more the attack speed build to kind of whittle him down a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like either I'm playing it wrong, or it's not in my cards yet to fully understand that. So
Have
I
you done
just kind of, what's that?
have you uh have you done bombies into more depth?
Have it done what?
Bomby Cinder. Have you built Bomby Cinder before versus
Oh,
Mordekaiser?
no, I just started the Bomby Cinder build recently here, and that is, boy, is that something. I really love that.
It's good versus Mord. Yeah, like to win versus Mord, this champion's like a pure stat stick, and he steals your stats, which makes it more difficult to fight him as time goes on, right?
Right.
So you really have to challenge his resources, but the problem is with that is that Garen's passive by itself does not beat Mordekaiser's sustain. You need to amp it. How can we do that? We can go ahead and supplement sources such as Second Wind and also stacking HP. Enter Bomby Cinder. Not only does it allow you to block Phase Rush, but it gives you a stronger W, and then it buffs not only your passive, but the healing you get from Second Wind, because the more health you're missing, the more you get back.
Right. Right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. I do actually. Even if I don't go Bomby Cinder, recently I've been going Ruby Crystal Start against
Good.
lane opponents that aren't as difficult because
Good.
the Doran's Blade gives you 40 health back when you get attacked, and 4 health per second or something like that. But your pass,
It's yeah, it's 4 health every 5, and gives you up to maximum 40 if you hit like a low threshold. But the thing is, it's reduced to 33% if you take AoE or DOT damage.
right?
That's the crazy
But
part.
but the switch on that is if you start Ruby Crystal and just kind of poke and then just let your passive go, you gain 16 health back per
Yeah,
tick on just your passive. So it kind of
yeah,
it's better in a way if you're taking long or short trades and letting your passive kind of stick back up for a minute.
yeah.
This is
It's true.
taking a long time to
Okay.
go, by
All
the
right.
way, so might do something else.
All right. Well, what we could do is we could just watch it in the client. I usually prefer watching VODs because that way I can watch your mouse movements. But
Right,
maybe I
yeah.
can, maybe I can just yield some conclusions by just watching you play a live game later. So what we'll do is we'll just watch it in client without further ado. That way we just use your time the best way possible. Yeah, and then we'll talk about the game.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think that like because like Garen's not omnipotent, he's gonna be in a lot of bad situations, especially when you enter platinum and people start understanding how to punish certain champion matchups really hard. And then on top
Right.
of that too, you're also going to see higher skill cap champions into the fray. When you enter platinum, you're going to start seeing Camille. Camille is a big answer to Garen, and
Yes.
you probably want to be ready for that, right? So
Yeah,
like you got that going on.
I do. That's kind of the exciting part because Camille is one of the hardest counters for Garen, if not the
Yeah,
hardest counter. And that I, I guess you could say the saddest thing is there's a lot of times when I play against Camille and it's more in my favor than theirs because they're piloting the champion much
yeah,
worse than optimally they could. So it's I don't know. It's cool because yeah, I get to beat a lane that I should lose, but at the same time, I'm not getting that full experience.
yeah, yeah. And you probably deal with that with a multitude of matchups right now. You're just not going to run into many good pilots, right?
Yeah.
So like that's going to be the challenging part of Garen. Like some Garen players get to platinum, get to diamond, and they're like, okay, you know what? Garen has served me well. I'm moving on to a different champion, maybe with more mechanical complexity. Some people are stubborn or passionate about Garen so much that they'll try climbing through diamond. Like once you start getting to platinum, that's when you start like entering a little bit into Dark Souls mode. You start realizing that you can't get away with every little mistake that you make. You can't
Right.
automatically win all these matchups. You have to really problem solve, and like that's what makes Garen players climb to the highest of ranks is by sheer consistency and being
Mm.
extremely precise about what you're doing. So like it's gonna get a lot tougher. Like you are exiting the realm of like Garen being the Omni God. It's you're basically at that point.
That's actually exciting to know
It,
that. Yeah.
it's gonna be challenging. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you.
Yep.
Let me know when you could see it, and then let's proceed with this replay. Okay.
All right.
All right. Can you see it?
I can.
Okay, great. Let's get on into it here. All right, so I'm gonna just jump here a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
I have a real tough time against Swain too. I don't know if that's pretty normal, but he really kicks my butt.
he's got like good advantage. He's got really good range. He's rather safe. His ultimate allows him to heal a little bit, so if you don't
Mm.
have Ignite on him, he can like go for the extended trade.
Yeah.
Some this is Swain decided to take Comet, so he's gonna be focusing more on the poke. So unlike Conqueror Swain, who wants to go for like a level 6 beyond.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
this is my first game, so it's really shoddy. I was kind of working out the kinks, first game of the day, and
Okay.
I felt really bad about it, but I remembered I could, you know, save and record it, but that's not working. But either way, we can still watch it, and this is probably at my lowest, I guess you could say, consistency. If we're talking about I don't know, a range of high to low consistency, this is probably like the worst that I've played in
Okay.
quite a while.
But you still want to review
Uh,
this replay, right? You still want to go over the
yeah,
mistakes they made.
yes,
Okay.
I do. I do
Yeah.
because I'm sure there's still mistakes that I made that I still don't see that you see.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about like I want to assess a little bit more here. Tell me about your mental checklist. I'm assuming you play mid from time to time, right?
I actually queue mid with
Okay.
top secondary, so I play mid more often than top. So
Okay.
if we're talking about this game specifically, the checklist is I need to watch out for Swain, his hooks, which is kind of hilarious because I get hooked like 3 times in a row and it just drove me
Okay.
wild. But
All right.
watch out for the hooks. I was aware of Yasuo, but I wasn't really worried about it. Cho'Gath can get really beefy later, so I need to make sure that I can play the map to try to stop that. Other than that, I was just kind of going in saying, well, let's see how everybody else performs and see what the win con can, present itself. We were going in saying we're all AD, might have to be worried about that, but with the percent health that we have from Kindred and my ult, and if Jax gets Bork, I felt like we had a pretty solid chance at just kind of overtaking that in the late game.
Okay. So
So
yeah,
right now,
I agree.
yeah, I was just focusing on farm from the start, and it didn't go well, but we did what we could.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for explaining that. That's good. Okay, so you have a structured idea, and I like it's good to be thinking about this as you enter the game, so that way you're more prepared earlier rather than later. Thinking about how the game is going to pan out because like that's going to dictate your itemization, and like you do have to itemize deliberately to make this team comp arc. Like Garen has a very important role in this game, and that's to prioritize Black Cleaver, either second or at the very latest third. Heck, there's even some games where you're behind where you even get Black Cleaver first because if any of these champions stack armor, it's gonna be a big issue for your
Right.
like it diminishes your win condition pretty hard, especially if your team doesn't get obscenely ahead. Let's talk about like before even the minions get here. Do you
Okay.
just often just stand here?
Uh, no, I actually ran out of the room
Okay, okay.
real quick, and then ran back, and then ran out again. I had a
Okay,
phone
okay. So
call.
you were a bit occupied. Okay, so you
Yep.
normally just don't stand here, right?
No, I normally am sitting on top or bottom side. I either slap a ward in the bush, or I will at least, cover for my jungle.
Okay. So tell me, where do you ward?
If I do ward, it would be right there in the bush in our side, or the center of the pixel bush. If I can, sometimes I like to save my ward, but I would probably say it's probably 80% in the pixel.
Oh,
If I do put a ward down, but it's usually on the top side if I know that our jungler's not gonna have a problem. So I'll stand in the top river bush there, and then I'll just go up after probably the first wave and throw a ward somewhere in the river so we can contest for scuttle when it comes up.
okay. All right. So that's good. I like that you're being proactive here. If I may interject, I think that, yeah, based on what you're telling me, I think that like early on, you should be looking to place your vision a little bit deeper. Because like there's something that's great about like having the vision here. If like let's say for example,
Mhm.
Hacker comes entering river to go ahead and flank you if he's attempting a early gank. But
Mhm.
like we can go deeper here. We can go much deeper because if you place your vision in a more precise way, a little bit deeper into the jungle, you not only get intel about where Hecarim might be pathing, but you also be able to provide the same type of purpose that you were going for originally, right? Where you're looking out for Hecarim gank early, So
Right. Kind
why
of the
not
same
place?
concept, but better.
Yeah, yeah, you were basically just optimizing it. Why not just place the board here in front of Raptors so that way you know when he's taking it, takes Raptors, and then you go
Right.
ahead and ping to your team. So that you look at him, you check his buff, you say, "Oh, he started red. He's pathing up," and that's so much information for Jax. If he's aware and cognizant to that information, he'll play the next wave differently.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny you mentioned that because I actually do go check the blue, and I do tell our jungler that he started topside in about 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, that's good. I like the comms, but yeah, you want to take every opportunity you can.
Right.
Because like with getting information like Legends and relaying that said information to your team, there's gonna be a lot of games where it just falls on dead ears. There's no registry. and they just don't do anything with it. You know,
Yep,
like
absolutely.
like MIA pings, getting wards down. So like a lot of stuff. This information is very luxurious, but sometimes it
Mhm.
sticks, and you don't know which games it's going to be relevant. So
Right,
like you take every shot that you can that it hopefully impacts your team, and that's what you
right.
try hoping for. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, keep it in mind. Like 120, I want you to walk into the jungle here, and I want
Mhm.
you to ward like right where this rock is. You know, this is
Yep.
this gray rock right here. That's a good space because that's not only going to cover the entrance to river, but it's also going to give vision of the Raptors camp. That's good intel. That's maximizing your ward vision, covering as many bases as possible. Okay. Any questions so
Okay.
far on that?
No, no, that makes perfect sense.
Cool. All right, let's go. Let's go ahead and start the laning phase here without further ado.
All right.
So you're sitting back, you're focusing on farm. Tell me you're getting hit by stuff. I mean, honestly, the hitbox is pretty fat in this, so I'm not expecting you to dodge all this stuff.
That was a pretty rough start to the day, but
Hey, you dodge one. See? Here you go.
little
All right.
victories.
Yeah, little stuff.
So this is where I push it so I can make my way up top and check his jungle.
Okay. Want to see it? So you're heading into Upper River. Cool.
Yep, I walked straight back so he didn't know that I was, I didn't want to telegraph myself.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh wow, you just go ahead and jump right over the pit.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
dangerous man, yo. All right.
I mean, I figured it was early enough because our kindred was still doing Raptors, so he probably wasn't there yet. I know it's kind of risky, but
Okay. All right, supersede
think-
the wave. You're on
yeah.
the swing back. Okay. Dodge there. Your runs this game are. Okay, you took Demolish Overgrowth. Okay.
Yeah, I take Demolish quite often. I just absolutely love it. It's kind of troll, but I feel like later on in higher elos, it's not going to be as beneficial. But early in lower elos like this, just to split push and grab a couple plates, it's just amazing. To you grab a plate and that's 175 gold. That just gives you a little bit more of an edge. It's probably not good to play it in matchups like this because I'm not going to reach his tower too often.
Yeah, that's the one thing you got to be careful about. That there's some lane phases where you don't activate the rune until like maybe 20 minutes, and you're doing that on a side lane tier 1. Because like one concern here too is that you're getting bruised up to the point where if Wayne chooses to enter 2v2s, you're starting to fight at half HP. So like that difference is very, very scary and variance because you're probably more threatened.
This was a terrible roam on my part because Jax ended up going back and I still followed through with it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is one of those things that I was playing. I'm like, oh, what was I doing?
Okay.
So I just backed like a half a wave and took half my health.
Oh no. Oh god. Okay.
Yeah, it was a bad call.
So you missed 2 minions so far.
Oh, I'm gonna miss all that.
4, 5.
Yeah, bad play.
6,
I knew it as soon as I had to go back. I was like,
7,
oh, I really screwed that up.
8. 9,
Yeah, I lost a whole
10,
level on that.
11. Okay, so yeah, we missed 2 waves on that. That's
a whole level.
Yeah, that essentially is that just costs you super hard. So I think in my games, like especially with like how fast minions move now for mid lane, there's many roams that I attempt where I get to like this point right here and I just turn around. I go back. I turn around and I just go back. Because like a lot of players when they think about this structurally, they'll be like, okay, I can roam. Let's just go ahead and roam. You know what? There's a champion there. I'm gonna roam. And they make that decision, and in their thought process, logically, they're like, okay, I already made the decision. I'm committing to it.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
It's going to take you some time to rewire that. But, like, the thought process of making a roam should be asking and answering this question, like, 8 times in a row. This is question 1. This point right here. This is question 2. This point right here. This is question 3. And all these questions are literally the same repeat of, should I be roaming here right now? If you hit,
am I gonna gain?
Yeah, if you say yes here, and you say yes here, and you say no here, guess what you're doing? You're turning all the heck around, and you're going straight back to mid.
Right.
Like that's how you have to approach it.
Absolutely.
And don't look at it as a bad thing. Look at that as being decisive, because like reevaluate your situation, maybe commit to a different item when you like were set on getting one item originally, is it's not bad at all. You know, like pro players, high elo players do this all the time. So if you feel like, okay, you know what, cost opportunity of this is way too high, just go ahead and get the heck out of there. Yeah. Because remember, Garen's also an economy champion too. What I mean by that is that he gets more gold per minion than the average champion. Reason why is because his W gives him bonus armor magic resistance. So if you stack that up in a timely manner, that's 33 bonus armor magic resistance, and that's a heck ton of gold. It makes you pseudo tanky for free.
Right.
So really, really important there. I also can't stress enough how important EXP is for Garen. I'm sure you know the reason why on that. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Level 6 is a pretty nice power spike.
Yeah, you know, you get your passive level, passive attack speed to get you to your next spin benchmark. Garen's level 11 ultimate is one of his biggest power spikes into the whole game, especially the mid game, right? So like, there's a difference between entering a fight on 3rd Dragon with you being level 10 compared to a level 11, right? So keep that in mind.
Okay.
When in doubt, farm it out. That's just the one thing you're gonna have to control. Like, I'm a pretty impulsive player, so one thing I have to say to myself often in games where it feels like things are crumbling a bit is like, okay, I feel like I have to do something. I have to act. You know, when you play mid, you just feel like you have to act all the time. Sometimes it's okay to focus on farm, to be like a Vladimir, right? Really good Vladimir players will almost never leave laning phase. They'll just focus on farm, responding to like plays that happen in their lane, and then just going for kill pressure. Not saying that's what you have to do here, but you should try to farm in select moments.
Yeah, this is a bad one. I turned back in because he went in and we ended up both just biting the dust.
Dang. Yeah, okay. So that's another thing here, like mob mentality, right?
Yeah, I should have just walked away. As soon as he got hooked right there, I knew, I mean, that group was going to join the team, and yeah, it was doomed. It was a bad call for me to try to help him. I don't know. I don't know.
Alright, so you're about to die here. What do you see?
I could have flashed.
I mean, yes, but that is an option, right? Yes, that is totally an option.
Okay. Honestly, I don't see much else that I could do unless you're talking about thinning that wave or getting rid of those 2 minions.
No, I'm not caring about the wave. I'm caring about you. There's something else you're missing here. There's something that's missing from this equation.
See, this is beyond me. I have no clue.
You died with Phaser Shop, dude. So, let's talk about the sequencing here. You have 2 abilities right now. You're missing a 3rd to activate this rune.
I could have just ignited and then zoomed away.
You could have, yes, absolutely. Or you could have done this, right? I want to show you something.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's a weird animation.
Yeah, the replay bugs out with the skin all the time.
Okay, right here, if I auto-attacked first.
Yeah, you could layer in an auto first, then Q spin.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, like literally right here.
Yep, instead of backing around. Yep. Okay.
Or, if you can't administer the auto, cancel your spin and auto attack one final time and flash while doing it.
Okay.
You proc phase rush and you flash at the same time, literally zooming you from here to here instantly, and you can possibly get away.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of my coaching clients always forget about the ability of canceling spin to just get the 3rd auto in and activate phase rush. I do it all the time. It's very valuable. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually did hold flash on that too, because I kind of figured in my opinion, I didn't think I was going to get away anyway. So.
Well, there is. I think it's cool that you saved flash, but I would say at the same time there's a possibility that you could have lived by using flash early.
Especially if I would have proc phase rush, absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is where I told my jungler, my lane is kind of doomed. So just play around somebody else. Don't try to help me anymore. Play bot side. I told him because bot side's doing pretty well.
So okay. Okay, I do like the communication. So, what are you trying to do here? Tell me what's going through your mind. Okay, so you see Swain missing. What are you
I
doing here?
saw I saw bot lane being pressured. I was gonna try to pressure it myself, by making a roam bot side, without knowing where the jungler was, knowing that Swain was B.
Okay.
So I decided to push, and I figured if Swain was still back, I could make my way bot side. If not, I can at least get a plate and then get out of there.
Okay. All right. So your goal is to push out the wave and then roam. It is
Yes.
okay. All right. So you're using your spin to do that. Um, here's the thing. Like I'm only seeing you hit 2 minions with this spin.
Right.
Yeah, that's the concerning thing for me because if you want the hard show this,
You
your
gotta hit
spin,
all of them.
yeah, your spin's not optimized. And I'm not saying you could hit all those minions, but like, let's look at the alternative here, right? You come back the lane, you see this minion wave, basically walk up, and then
I could have
like this
walked right
is
in between them, and
yeah, like this is what you're choosing to do here.
yeah, it
So
was
like,
suboptimal.
right, so like you had an option in between either hitting 2 minions or 5 minions.
5.
Yeah. So now this spin's done, and
Mhm.
let's go ahead and count how many autos it's gonna take here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna say you probably maybe even needed like 2 instead of 5. So
Right.
that kind of cost you like what, 3 seconds?
Yeah.
And like,
Yep. And then I look towards bot side, and then I see that the scuttle is up for Kindred. So now
okay,
I'm just kind of hovering to make sure that he can get the scuttle.
okay,
And now
okay,
here's bot side 2, and I botched this also because I'm only a level 5, and at this point I was kind of doing the desperate thing, which is kind of bad. It gets worse. You just wait.
all right. So let's look at the okay. So
I
we have
burned shield for no reason.
all right. Yeah. So yeah, you just yeah you know that Heimer turret was kind of bothering you a little bit. You start with the W here. Okay. So that is a little concerning. I'm curious as to how you're gonna pull this off because okay, your Q's active, W's down, you have your
Yep.
1 point in spin.
Yep.
Okay, so
We don't pull it off. Let's go with that.
okay,
I screwed up the whole thing, to be honest. I should have walked down towards Heimerdinger instead of walking in a straight line towards them. And then I screwed the whole thing up, and then I saw that he was going to get the kill. I said, well, I guess I'll just clear this wave and then work my way back up. Like I said, this was just
uh,
it was a bad game on my part.
all right, well, all right, so let's restructure this. Okay, so let's say for example you did sequence everything properly. Who would you focus?
I would have probably right here. I would have went straight down and at least started focusing on Heimerdinger because he is the closest one to getting away. Hecarim's taking a tower shot, and Yasuo is very far away. I also have Kindred coming down, so he can catch up with me if he also moves down in the straight line, and we theoretically can possibly pull off a triple on this. But instead, I'm running straight in towards the Yasuo, who can kite back. He can only kite back so far because he got the minion wave stops right at the bush where Heimer's at, so he can't dash through again
Okay,
unless he
okay,
dashes through to me, which would put him in Kindred's path.
okay. I like the logic there. That's good. So I do think that cutting him off is good. So yes, that could happen. You go ahead and position yourself down here to kind of sandwich Heimer. That way they're forced to go into this tower and either execute or die by Zaya if and Rakan if they apply damage. Or you basically get all 3 kills there. So yes, I think sandwiching them off was definitely really important as well. Buying time for Kindred. Now, in the order of focusing like priority targets, you said you go for Heimer first because he's the closest. But who would you focus like after that? Let's say Heimer dies.
I would probably want to get rid of the scaling Yasuo. I would assume that Yasuo, with 10 death power spike can get really strong. That's when I ended up just botching the whole thing. I actually flashed into the knockup.
Okay, okay.
I love it. And I also didn't ignite anyone here either.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Well, I mean, I do think shutting down Yasuo is like important and all. Like keeping him down is definitely an important thing for your win condition too. But I think like if you had the choice between killing Yasuo and Hecarim, and it's either one or the other, I would probably go for
Brownie.
Hecarim. And do you
Right.
understand why I would say Hecarim?
Well, because probably two things. One, he has a bounty, and two, if I can stop the jungler, then that just helps our jungler because he's going to be roaming around a lot more than their bot lane.
Well, the important thing to keep in mind is that even if Hecarim dies, he's going to respawn and still use his Gallop to go ahead and gank other lanes. So you don't shut him down permanently. You put him behind a little bit. But the most important thing to focus on is the bounty. Like, we won 450 gold. Like, to win and impact games and even get back into the game, you need gold. You need reasons to be out of this lane. Because if you're not making a profitable venture off of leaving lane to be here, then you're kind of just wasting your time.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
Like you got to get paid. When you leave this lane, you are a bounty hunter. You have the power to take somebody out and take them out super well. You might as well get paid.
Right.
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 So,
yeah, the cost of opportunity for roaming.
Yes.
Which, yeah.
But like that is a mistake that a lot of Garen players make. They go ahead and blow up anybody that they see in front of them without thinking, okay, I have options here. I could go ahead and just let this guy go, the 0-8 support, and then go ahead and blow up this person who's got the 1k gold bounty. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of League of Legends delaying gratification, so to speak. I do like that you tried like positioning way to buy like hypothetically here, go ahead and section them off, go for the cutoff here, so that way Kindred can come in. But I think like if we did have to choose between targets, I would prefer to see you kill Hecarim, then maybe Heimerdinger, you know, then Yasuo. Because like the most important thing I think, unless with the exception of like getting people as many people that is possible for Dragon, is getting paid.
Right.
So like I would say focus on that in your future games. Make sure you're getting high value targets.
Right.
Because like you need items to carry on this champion. He doesn't get like carry power innately by himself, unfortunately. Yeah, old Garen used to be able to do that in season 9. You can't do that anymore. You got to get fed. Okay, so you come back lane here. That's good. Yeah. Oh wait, did you get that cannon?
I don't think I did.
Oh,
I think I missed
no.
absolutely everything. Yeah.
Oh no. Yep. Oh god. Yeah.
I was a quarter of a second off on my auto attack because I was busy trading for all of my health for no reason.
You know what second one's value would be at right now? Probably like 800, I think.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, this is just one of those games where second one's absence is really hurting you. Yeah, now he's zoning you from the wave.
Yep. Yep, I lose the whole wave for that because he also stepped up, so I had to back off.
It is brutal, but sometimes choosing the wrong runes can literally cost you so hard here, and like you just have to bite the bullet.
Yep.
So I mean I think it's cool that you got bombies there. That's fine. All you know, you're doing what you can to improvise, stay alive. We have a source of healing, amplification on our regen. That's cool. You know, you get a little bit extra wave clear since you're back to Q. I like it. It's great. So I think like right now you're focusing on farm. You're watching the map. The real kicker here is if you get Ocean Drake, you can technically go ahead and play aggressive in this lane, but we have to get the Ocean Drake first. It's a big priority item for not only Jax's sustain, but your sustain too. So like I hope your team would play for it, and you should probably be on standby ready to play for it too, because you don't want to give it to the enemy. Like them stacking Ocean Drakes plus Swain and like a whole abundance of all these healing sources on the enemy team could be really bad for you.
Yeah, I do keep on hovering around for that.
Okay, yeah, I see you deboarding here. That's good. All right, great. Beautiful. Okay, so we're sitting back. We're just focusing on farm, EXP range. We acknowledge the Hecarim heading down bot side. Kindred starts the dragon.
Yeah.
But do they know? They don't know that she's doing it. Okay. All right. Very interesting. All right. Cool. All right. So you're acting natural, not giving an indication that something else is going on. That's good.
Right. It's at this point I moved down because we saw Hecarim move down, and I wanted to make sure that he was not going to get caught up. But he got it. I helped him grab this, and then I backed up.
Okay, so the Ocean Drake really valuable here. It means you can play aggressive again. You'll have the sustain to do it, I think. Okay, you get the cannon this time too. That's good. Okay, you're getting a little aggressive here. That's good. Okay, you bait out the ultimate. Even better. I love it. Okay. Now that with his ultimate confirmed, you can play a lot more aggressive because he can't... Two things. He doesn't have ult, and then he also doesn't have Lost Chapter, so he's just completely out of mana. This means if you stay, you can play aggressive. We would want him to Burn
I think
teleport.
he left. Yep.
Yeah, so that's good. You optimize the spin really good there too. Okay, so you're at a point now where you pressure for the tower. So one of those situations where demolish actually is coming in handy now. Yeah, you chunk the plate there. I think you're going. Okay, you're just going for the one there. We're having you back. Be back on a cannon wave. I like that. Okay, you got Zerker Graves, potions. That's fine. He gets another plate. It looks like. Actually, no, barely loses it. Okay.
Killing spree.
Yeah, your team's doing. Wow, your team's doing really.
Yeah, that's kind of when after my team was doing well, I just started shifting gears towards, all right, my lane is kind of scuffed, but I'm going to help these guys the best I can.
Okay, fair, fair. Well, I think this is good behavior on your end to support the win condition. You know, just trying to stay alive, focus on farm, try to be healthy, pressure the swing every once in a while. This is good. I like the checklist so far. Okay, we got the herald, so it doesn't even detonate a tower. Amazing, good stuff. Okay, you're looking for a roam timer here. You're possibly looking at bottom.
I was looking at his kindred mark in the scuttle crab. I wanted to make sure it was still up.
I see. Okay. All right. So you head out into river. Cool. He gets the scuttle. You're thinking about backing. Okay, we're heading down.
I thought about it if Yasuo went back up, but he ended up backing off.
Dwayne's got a Rylise, so this is
yeah,
gonna be a little tough here. I like.
Yeah, I ended up pinging it quite a few times so everybody was aware, because that's pretty awful for Garen.
Yeah, I think the Heimer's gonna be getting Rylise too. I'm kind of concerned for your mobility because you're not taking unflinching either, so that means you have bar none. You don't have no slow resistance unless you proc phase rush. Yeah, that's the only exception. Yeah, so I'm a little concerned for you right now, actually, and he's still chunking you up really well too. Okay, so he ults, running low on mana. You're going in with the ignite. Do you land the Q?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, wow. Okay, so he messed up there. You dodge the Hecarim ultimate. Your phase rush is down. It's about to be up. You activate it. Okay, activates the ultimate. Okay, Kendra's doing a really great job to help. And you kill the Hecarim too. Outstanding. Okay, great. You not only stabilize, but you get back into the game. Okay, I like it. Absolutely.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Okay, so we get a second dragon to 2 drakes. It's looking really great. You're working on your Stridebreaker. Focusing on farm. This is good. I think the way you chose to recover back into this game was adequate. Yeah, I mean, you got a little lucky with your bot and top doing so well.
Yeah, I did.
But I think you dialing back was really, really good call because, again, like, getting Swain fed could potentially stall the game to the point where other carries get online. Most notably, like, the Yasuo with the Heimerdinger. Okay, well, I like that you're rotating for objectives. I think that, like, your objective play when it comes to mid is pretty sharp. You're doing a lot of things correctly. And, like, looking at your match history, I suspected that this would be the case. I'm just looking for small stuff to help you adjust and calibrate. I think like what we covered in the first 10 minutes has quite a few things to review. Now let's go ahead and look into the mid-late game and see what we can optimize even further. Because with you guys being ahead, you guys should be really just pushing for like a Baron play. I think that's the critical, crucial thing you guys need to do to close this game out. Let's see if you do it. Okay, you're in a side lane, picking up farm. Catch up with farm versus Swain slowly.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep pressure so the rest of my team can keep doing what they're doing because they're kind of crushing it. Aside from bot lane just dying.
I would say be more careful about this because like there's no objective up, and yes, you do kind of apply pressure, and like you could draw pressure at this point, no problem. But like your bot lane's on death timer, and there's 2 people middle, so like. I would want you to not get flanked right now. I think that there is a point where playing...
Swain just showed middle, and Hecarim's on top of Kindred right now.
Right. Okay. So I see you're rotating. Okay, that's fine. You pushed in Cho'Gath to rotate.
Unstoppable.
Cool. Okay, you guys get the Swain here, it looks like, too. Beautiful. Okay, he's dead. You confirm that Cho'Gath backed, which he did. Again as well. Yeah, I think like sidelining like this to catch up on farm is a very smart thing to do. If you do this often in your games, this is a great way to go ahead and stack up your W and rush your level 11, which you've already done. You're on level 12 right now, which is amazing. You're level ahead on Swain, which is even better. You got a Demolish proc. I like that. Okay, so you're using the runes, at least you're taking really well. You know, at least it's purposeful. You have Overgrowth, you have Bombies, you have Stridebreaker now. You can chunk towers really hard.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite part about Garen is the tower pressure. I measure my game's success on the tower damage that I put in, not really the champion damage.
Okay. Okay, and that's good. That's utilizing a build that's playing to your own individual win condition. I like that. That's good. Okay, you're getting towers left and right here. This is good. Your economy is really, really benefiting from all this. Yeah, I'd say you're contributing to the game in your own small way. Yeah, you didn't do too bad here. We just had a few slip-ups, but overall it's looking pretty sharp. So you guys are keeping an eye on the dragon timer, I hope, which is going to be up in 30 seconds. Baron's up 2. We don't have teleport up on the team, so that means Jax is going to have to stay with us. So you guys have a choice of taking third dragon or Baron. I think like prioritizing Baron is probably the easier choice because I'm not going to say that you guys need 4 dragons to win this game. It is nice, but it's not required by any means.
Right.
So
Baron on the other hand is
yeah,
much better.
Yeah, much better for closing out games. So like what you will want to do is either get it controlled into the pit or encourage somebody to sweep the pit and then just take it. Okay, you battled the Swain Ultimate. You've been doing a really good job baiting out abilities. That's a really key component of Phase Rush as a playstyle. Good, you're getting close to stacking up your W. You just need one more wave after this one to complete it, I think. That's really cool. Okay, so we got Dragon up here, and you're pushing top.
Yep.
Does your team need you? We're about to find out.
Yeah, I was banking they didn't because our team is so far ahead, and this way I pulled up Swain, so now it's a 4-on-4. With how fed our team is, I felt like we had the advantage, and I wasn't needed. It was better for me to pull somebody.
Red team has slain the
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I mean, the odds of them winning as a 4-for-4 is pretty high. It will backfire sometimes, but if you do have the trust for your team, you feel like that gamble can be taken. Not every game, of course, but some games. Then yes, you can absolutely do that. I mean, you did luck out here. I mean, the odds were in your favor, but you did luck out. You also got a tier 2 tower as well. 600 gold in the bank. What will be your next item here?
Rampage.
I honestly can't remember. We ended up, well, you'll see. We ended up just forcing the Baron, and then I think I actually got Dead Man, so I could sprint around the map.
Okay.
Even though Swain has the most damage, in my opinion.
Okay. I think Deadman's rotation speed is pretty good. I could see you going Deadman's into either Sterak's Gauge or Hullbreaker, depending on whether you make the call to split push or team fight. And, you know, you build those respective items for their respective niche, you know. Sterak's for team fighting, Hullbreaker for split. Yeah, you guys get the Baron Dasher. Alright, let's see what you do with that.
Yep, I did get Sterak's. Or, I mean, sorry, Deadman's. And I think we ended up just kind of pushing down and ended the game from here.
Okay.
But I would say this is probably at my sloppiest gameplay.
It's gonna happen. I'm not really too alarmed by this. You know, even with the slip ups early and then missing out on like 12 minions when you attempted that first roam, you stabilized really well and you played pretty good into the position. So gotta give yourself a little bit of credit for this one. There's a lot of games you'll win that you won't play perfect in, like
Right.
visible mistakes. But that's all part of the process of off.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
There's LP in this game, and then there's improvement. Okay.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Okay, so you get rid of the tower. You're ignoring Shogath. So he can't be ignored anymore, and you're gonna go ahead and drop the. Oh,
I already used it on.
oh, you already used it. Okay, never mind. So
Yep. It was unfortunate. I should have saved it for the BV Cho'Gath, but it didn't really make much of a difference.
true.
But
Okay. Well then, all right. Yeah, that was a pretty good wrap up on the replay. Yeah, I think polling what I could see at this game, I think you just have to be more careful. Be more careful about the roams that you're committing to. The turning
Right.
around is always an option.
Right. I started making kind of a little spreadsheet of.
Oh, do you always warm up by just playing a rank game? Okay, okay. So like that's a micro break in itself, especially if you do have time to play later. That's cool. Remind me if I forgot. Do you have any other accounts that you do play on, or is it just this one? Okay, I see. So warm-ups can always be a tricky situation because like there's gonna be some days where you think that you're playing well and you won't find out until you play that first game and you make really visible mistakes. I am of the opinion that you should probably put yourself into a different environment before warming up. Because like I think that even though you do structure yourself right now and trying to improve, you're kind of putting yourself in a performance zone by playing all these rank games, and like that's fine. You know, you got the time, you're dedicating yourself to rank, you're having a blast, you're improving, you're climbing. That's good. But I think like there needs to be spaces deliberately for practice, and I would categorize warming up as deliberate practice. So whether that be playing an ARAM or playing Flex Queue, because let's be honest, nobody really cares about Flex Queue. Um, I would say do your warm up there because, like, even though you're kind of getting away with a free pass in gold games, like, what happens when you get the platinum or diamond someday? And like the first game you play, you're playing versus an Irelia main, and she just goes ahead and wrecks you. And it's like you're saying, oh, well, it's the first game of the day. I mean, I wasn't prepared for this, but like if you did it in flex queue, you get your butt beaten. You'd be like, oh, well, I lost 23 LP in the flex queue. Who cares, right? You get your warm up done, and then you can put your focus cap on, and you can get the job done when you play in the main. So like that's really really good too. And this is also a great way to avoid burnout too. Like having an alternate way to play League of Legends, playing on a different account is a really really great way to put yourself in a low stakes environment. So you're focusing on improvement, and it doesn't matter if you lose games. Because one concern I have is like dedicate so much time onto this account, where when the next loss streak happens, like you're not implementing the things that you're assessing because you need more time. One, or you haven't deciphered how to do it, and you're continuing to play games while you're just not prepared enough. So this is a talk of discipline, of course. Like right now, I'm just telling you how to play the game differently in a way that doesn't involve saying, hey, build this item differently, or hey, you should be taking this rune, because like yeah, like the discipline, as we've seen many times before, like discipline will separate a player from a literal tier based on how much they choose to put it on themselves. So as your coach, I feel like it is necessary for me to talk about this. I wouldn't want to ignore it. It definitely is part of the routine for success. Okay. Any questions about any of the aforementioned or anything I've talked about before? Okay. Great. Okay, so we're about an hour in. We got 2 hours left. So what we can do now is get you into a live game, and then we can go ahead and take a look at some more nitty gritty. Are you feeling ready, or do you want to take a look at another replay? All right. Cool. Remind me, have you been coached before?
No, nobody professional. Just one person on Reddit actually coached me. I found him. He was a Diamond Peak, and just kind of gave me some pointers and stuff. And then other than that, it's kind of just friends watching and giving input. So nothing too major at all.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, hey, I that's cool that he was able to help you out. But yeah, let's do a quick rundown. So like, I'm your coach. You're coaching live. You're being coached live on stream. You're being coached in front of an audience. So like, the pressure's kind of on you a little bit. You're gonna, as I'm gonna instruct you here, you're gonna be clashing that with your natural intuition. There's gonna be moments where you're trying to process what I'm trying to ask you to do, and you want to clash it with your, as I said, in your natural intuition. You're gonna freeze up, and you're gonna make mistakes. If you do, don't feel bad about it.
Right. No, okay. Totally understand.
Okay, cool. I just want to tell you because like I have clients who get really nervous sometimes, and then I should have been like, oh, I needed to have this talk with them before they got in the game. So like this is just like my general disclaimer here for every coaching client, right?
I appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, let's have you queue up and share your screen with me. You know how to do that, right?
Yep.
Wonderful.
All right, I'll queue up. Yeah, I think some of my friends actually, one in particular who won't be named, but I guess I could probably say that. Do you know who Nice is?
Yeah. I do know who Mr. Nice is.
Okay, so Nice, his coaching style is probably on par with how I learned how to play the game from one of my friends. They have the same coaching style, let's call it. So I'm used to a much more abrasive way of coaching. So it's
oh, so you just got yelled at. Oh god.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I mean, it got results, I suppose. I was going up in rank every year, and then I stopped playing. I basically moved overseas, and 300 ping is not the place to climb. So I just kind of what do you want to say? I stayed at gold every season and just kind of played for fun. And then once I got back to the States, I kind of had to get that mentality of how to improve again. And then we switched over to Garen because I was 80 carry bot main, and I just had to shake everything up. So now we're on the learning path again. So it's really cool actually that I switched roles and everything completely, and we're back up to where we were, or like I'm making actual visible improvements with my game knowledge and skill.
Good. I'm glad you're seeing the improvement. And as you get into Platinum Diamond, you're going to be presented with new challenges that kind of make you think in a way that you didn't think previously.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're not going to be able to see these things in gold and silver because like you're constantly playing like 9 out of 10 games you're playing versus somebody who just makes mistakes so often. And then what happens when you play versus somebody who plays so clean? You're like, okay, what do I do? Like what was the solution here? It's like a little head scratcher. I look at some of the games I play in Grandmasters and Masters. I'm like, what do I literally do here? Like, was there any solution in front of me? So it's going to be tough.
I think that's kind of the issue that I've been having. I mean, you said I've been killing it in my op.gg, but I have been in the high gold range for about 100 games, and it's I guess it's kind of I can't see those things. I've been gold for so long that I feel like a lot of the mistakes I make are just so ingrained in me that I can't see past that. I'm just so used to playing at this caliber that somebody at a higher caliber will just absolutely dominate me, and I just am left. Oh, well, that's interesting.
Oh, hey, we got a top lane game. Okay, cool. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
No. I'm mid. He's hovering Garen.
Oh, okay. Well, oh dang. Oh, this lobby ain't big enough for the two of us. I mean, it's up to you if you want to ask him if he can take Garen. If you oh dang, he got literally. Well, I mean, I am not endorsing you to dodge. If you want to go ahead and yoink it from him, that is your choice. It's up to you.
Let's see what happens. Oh, now we're just
hang on first time. Okay, he wants to first time Garen.
Oh, well, yeah,
Okay.
that's happening. Okay.
All right.
Um,
Well,
huh. What do I do?
we can have you just. We could probably just have you dodge and just sit IQ for 5 minutes.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, a little unlucky there, but what you know is what it is.
What are the odds of that?
If it happens again, okay. So next lobby, hover Garen immediately, and if someone else hovers, swap for first pick, and then just lock it in. That's what we have to do. Literally prepared. Yeah.
What do you lose? 4 LP?
You lose 5, and then if you
5?
dodge again, you lose 15.
Ooh. All right, let's start the timer. I very
Okay.
seldom do you run into another Garen player.
Yeah, it'll happen. But that's okay. We can talk about more concepts and stuff while we wait here. So let's talk about some like fringe matchups, I think have personally been affecting you, because I think like we did want to talk about matchups a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
A fringe matchup would probably. Are you saying specifically like mid or top or in general?
Both actually. So like I see Olaf kind of gave you a run for his money there a little bit.
Wait, which one was that?
I see a game here we went 4-6 to was a loss. It happened
Was that where Timo was on our team?
yeah, it was a mid lane
Yeah,
team, it looks like.
no, it was a top lane Timo. He just kind of ran it down. We were actually doing well, and then he just started actually running it down. And then Olaf got to the point where he could 1v9 us. That was kind of a wash.
So you went middle and he went top lane?
Timo did, yep. Timo went top
Oh.
against Olaf, and then
Oh.
yeah, I think he got like the first 2 kills of the game actually, and then after that, I don't know what happened, but he
Okay.
just kind of clicked on the tower on the enemy side and just walked to it, and if somebody came up to kill him, then so be it. It was kind of a weird,
Okay.
kind of a weird deal. But yeah, Olaf is definitely a tricky matchup for sure.
I
I would
was
say I have not faced an Olaf in quite a while.
I was just really confused because the OP.GG has signed you top lane. You chose a room page that looks like it's for Olaf. Did you guys decide on lane swapping, or what went on with that?
Yeah, he wanted to lane swap. I said okay, that's fine, and then we just had kind of a weird deal where he just decided he didn't want to play anymore.
Okay. So did that happen in champion select or in game?
In game he in game he wanted to switch.
Okay, so like at some point of the laning phase, you went middle and then he went top lane.
Correct.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So that gives me a lot of information here. What I would say is you should be taking phase wash versus Olaf.
Oh.
Because I can't even say like that we can anticipate the team is going to want to lane swap. Like that's something you really can't plan for, right? But like focusing on this game specifically, like let's take a look at their team, right? They have Nidalee, they have Olaf, they have Pantheon. They have a lot of champions that like can lock you down, but like they can stay on top of you pretty well too. And like for the Olaf matchup specifically, like winning extended trades versus Olaf is really difficult. It's tough, and if you fall behind, the lane is just officially over for you. You have no way to get back into the game.
Right.
So like that's why I would say enter phase rush. Take Ruby Crystal 2-pot with second wind, don't flinching or overgrowth, depending on how CC heavy or light they are. Max Q, and just go ahead and go for short trades. W his thunderclap that does true damage, and then you can literally blow him up at level 6. Solo kill. It's that good. If you need an example replay, just remind me. I'll send it over to you. But yeah, that's the best way to take on the Olaf matchup. And I've taken on several Olaf players who are top of the server. It's the best way to approach the matchup. Conquer Garen is just way too high variance because you can maybe have some trading and dual potential versus him. But as I said before, if you fall behind once, there's no coming back.
Right. Makes a lot of sense.
Cool. Okay, so I'm glad we're on the same page about that. All right, let's go down the list here. Let's talk about this game you played 2 days ago. You played versus Kennen? Or was it Jax?
Yeah, no, it was Ken.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. Yeah. I got dumpstered by Kennen. That was a good one. I was supposed to go against Jax yet again. And then we swapped. I wanted to go phase rush, and then he said because I was gonna go against Jax, because obviously I do pretty well against Jax.
Mhm.
And he did not want to go against Kennen. I decided, okay, I'll go against Kennen, even though I have Conquer and not phase rush. But I did have phase rush for Kennen because, I mean, when am I gonna get close enough to Kennen to proc Conquer?
Yeah. But I see you took Conqueror this game. You would want to take Phase Rush versus Ganon, you're saying.
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I felt like taking Conqueror versus Jax is really nice because when he is trying to stun me or something, I mean, you get full stacks of Conqueror up with your spin, so I can just take really good trades against Jax.
Okay. So tell me, when did you decide to make the lane swap? Tell me that time frame on that.
It was probably at 50 seconds or something. I think we went for an invade, and then Darius got cold feet or something of that sort.
Okay.
So we already bought, we we did everything, and then yeah.
Wow.
I,
I'm thinking of Nice right now, like how he was responding in this situation. He probably would be like flaming you right now. But here's my version of it. I think you're being way too nice here, and you're kind of just like shooting yourself in the foot here.
I
Um,
I'd believe it. I would.
yeah, like you are overcompensating yourself for your teammates' benefit when there is no guarantee that you're gonna get a valuable return on this.
Right.
This is
I
the
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is like you investing in cassette tapes. Like, where is this going? where, where where is this going? Like, okay, like maybe if you guys agree with it in Champion Select, you guys can alter the runes. But
Right.
like twice, like okay, the first time, like okay, this person, like the team I was raging, but then Darius is like, you know what, man, I don't want to lane versus this anymore. Can I just go top? And you just like
Right.
literally like okay, and
So,
then you have a rune page that does not work in the Kennen matchup. So
oh
like in
yeah.
order to
Yep.
convenience, Darius, you're essentially just screwing yourself.
Yeah.
Just stop that. Just like say
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Just play your
All right.
lane.
I will do that from now on. So
uh,
I guess my rebuttal on that is, like I've said before, I've had really, I mean, albeit the 30-30-40 rule, 30% of your games are
yeah,
auto losses, but for some reason in Gold 1 Plat 4, there are just very toxic players, and
yeah.
I just feel like there's a lot of times where I have to cater to them, because if I don't, they'll just say, all right, well, I'm just going to run it down. And I've actually had that happen on so many occasions that I kind of just go with it, saying, well, I can't just, I won't int that hard, maybe, or I won't int at least, where, if he doesn't get his way, maybe he will just explode. I don't know. So that's
Um,
kind of my mental state on that. But I can definitely stop shooting myself in the foot in that case.
I have. I mean, yes, there will be games where you have somebody who doesn't. If they don't get what they want, they go ahead and just try threatening to running it down. Sometimes it's real. Sometimes it's just talk. Like I have games
Uh,
where I'm doing insanely out of my mind, and then I lose a game because my team voted for yes, and I'm the wrong person who voted no. And like, I didn't have a say in that. I didn't
yeah,
have a say in that at all. Um, I think what you're trying to do here is controlling the chaos. Like, you can make some people happy, but you can't make everybody happy. So
right,
I think this philosophy is harming you more than it's hurting you. More than it's helping you.
right. Okay.
Um, so like I would say
Put my
like
foot down.
yeah, like put your foot down. Don't like say hey sorry but no thanks. Don't say
Yeah.
hey um hey your mom goes sky if you go rotate to this lane that I want. Like don't say that. But like
Right,
just go ahead and just say hey dude no thank you I want this lane. You know
right.
that's probably the best case scenario because if you flame him and like
Yeah, no, we are
antagonize.
done. We are done antagonizing. We are done flaming,
Yeah.
for the record. That is
Okay.
that is a thing of the past, because that gets
Okay.
absolutely nowhere.
Okay. That's good. Oh, you are you able to queue up by the way? Is it that time?
Uh, yeah, I am 2 minutes and 35 seconds into the queue.
Okay.
But yeah, toxicity gets absolutely nowhere. I actually had a game. If you scroll all the way up, my last game that I had, actually, my Kaisa and my Lee Sin were flaming me because I was hostage holding. and I actually ended up single-handedly carrying that game because I kept on picking Evelyn. I just chased Evelyn everywhere she went because she was their carry, and I made sure she was a non-factor, and we ended up winning the game. And their Kaisa ended up talking trash to the enemy team afterwards. I was like, you wanted to surrender 6 or 7 times.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was one of those. But I mean, yeah, being like upbeat and keeping a healthy mental is just so much more important in this game than people take credit for.
Oh yeah. Mental health when it comes to League of Legends, really important for one's own sanity. Um, could you share your screen with me again? I don't think I can see it.
Oh, yeah, did that go? Yeah, it probably went away when I
Yeah.
logged off.
That's okay.
4 minutes in now. We were gonna get auto-filled.
Hopefully not. I'm crossing my fingers for you, Dayton. Hopefully we can have one game where we can review the game live, before this 3-hour mark hits up.
Oh, that's not happening.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so like as we talked about before, rune accuracy is really important. I think that, so we'll talk about the opposite scenario. There are going to be some games where lane swapping is recommended. Lane swapping is important. But try to discuss that with your lane swap before the game starts, so that way they can cater runes. Because oftentimes the person's going to take runes to survive that matchup, then they realize that they could have asked for lane swap, they do lane swap, and then the runes that they brought into the losing matchup, they can't pilot into the winning matchup because they're completely wrong.
Right.
And this applies to you
exactly
too.
What happened.
Yeah, this applies to you too. I do think good lane swaps are important, and like you, if you have the awareness for it, you can sometimes really capitalize on it. Let's say, for example, you play Garen middle, and it's Darius locks in his champion. Darius gets locked in because he thought he was countering you. Instead, what happens is Vladimir gets locked in, and Vladimir is doing pretty good versus Darius, and Vladimir is doing good. And then what the Darius does is he starts building magic resistance to counter the Vlad. You're playing versus a Fizz, and Fizz isn't much of a threat to Vladimir if he knows what he's doing. So like what you could do is say, hey, this Darius just built magic resistance. If I lane swap with Vladimir now I can lane versus a Darius who built MR, and Vladimir gets to go ahead and play versus Fizz. That's cool.
Right.
That's a recognized window where a lane swap is appropriate and would be beneficial for your team. You communicate that in your team chat and then go forward with it if he agrees. That's the type of lane swapping I want to see you do. Not just because of some random Steve just deciding he doesn't want to lane versus opponent, and you just saying yes to it, All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. I'm glad we're on the same page now. So
Throwing down the gauntlet.
yeah. It's all about being just the right amount of assertive in Solokyo.
Right.
Cool. So
we
from
are
there,
not mid or top. We are support. Fantastic.
Okay. Well, I guess this is how the cookie crumbles. All right. Well, yeah. I think that's good. Let's go and ask. Let's see if it's possible for us to go ahead and.
Oh. Okay.
Dodge. We lost. Abandoned ship.
I don't know what to do here. I mean, I feel like I shouldn't dodge again, but I don't know.
What we could do is have you lock in a support, dodge it 1 second. If it goes through, then we'll figure something out. Maybe we'll have you play on your other account.
The other account's just not high enough. It doesn't. It's
What we'll probably have to do then is wait 30 minutes. We'll review a game. We'll review another game, and then when that timer's up, we'll have you queue up again. Yeah, that's what we'll probably do. Oh, dang. He's going to swap for you. That's awesome.
Yep, he is going to swap.
Check it out.
Oh, thank goodness. Wait, go top? Is this guy going mid Blitzcrank? Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Is,
Yeah, I don't really know.
Wait, is Fiddle
It-
support dead?
It's rather confusing. One thing I'm also confused about too is where Yasuo's going. Is he going bot lane? Because we got a Jax ban on P5, so it could be Yasuo bottom.
Right.
Let's open up that rune page because we're gonna have to make a decision soon on the runes and stuff. Rammus jungle.
Here comes the Darius.
I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. Let's do it.
Seems like Darius Mort are just the go-tos every single time. Oh, wait. What? Is it top Rammus?
It might be top lane Rammus.
Uh.
So you essentially have 4 melees, so you should go Conqueror this game.
I do like that.
Okay. Take yeah, take the armor's good.
Armor's good.
Yeah, our armor's good here.
You think I really want to go demolish because I don't think.
Yeah, I'm suspecting it's a jungle Rammus top. You can technically do Rammus. The problem though is if Rammus taunts you, you can't take a demolish plate. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem. You're going to have to focus on killing him before you can play aggressive, or if he's absent from lane.
What a weird comp.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit strange here, but we'll make it work. Alright, you ready for this one?
Oh, the joys of solo queue.
So, Rammus's, do you know what any of his abilities do?
Do I know what any of it? Yeah. What specifically?
Okay, so you know his QWER, like everything he does, because like what to look out for here. Because I'm pretty sure he maxes Power Shell.
Yeah, his W, I'm pretty sure he does too.
Okay.
Attack speed and...
Yeah, and that's also if you out attack him during that time, it's gonna recoil.
Right.
So if you just focus on spinning to bypass that,
yep,
you'll be okay. All right, let's have you go. Honestly, you could probably take the Orange Blade here. I think.
Orange Blade.
Yeah, I don't think you need to take the Orange Shell versus Rammus.
Okay.
All right, so.
I am not normally a blade starter ever.
That's okay. We have a little bit of training wheels here, but I mean... yeah, I would want you to play aggressive with this matchup because, like, you should have the ability to kill Rammus. Like, you have several key advantages over him. Armor reduction. Bypassing his recoil damage. You're taking Conqueror, so you'll win extended trades. You have an ultimate that does true damage. So, on paper, theoretically, Garen should be winning. And I mean this, like even more theoretically than Garen versus Cassante. Because like unlike Cassante, Rammus is not a 300 years champion.
Does Garen beat Cassante?
Not really in laning phase. In team fights, he does good.
Okay. Oh, he's going for the the boss technique.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Catch him. Catch him.
What a goofy game.
I don't know what's going on. All right. All right. Let's play some League of Legends. Sorry. Start farming.
Okay.
It's like like the handicap where the guy just jumps off the platform in Smash Bros before actually playing the match. You know. Yeah.
Probably want to let this push in so I can just freeze it on him, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Okay, level 2, then once you get level 2, start playing aggressive. You know, you can go for your auto Q, back off. Try to trading stance a little bit.
Well, here.
Yeah, alright. Get your spin when you get level 2 here. Okay, back it off. Don't stay in the mini wave too long. Yeah, move to your mini wave. Because that's how he's beating you. You're triggering minion aggro, and then also the minions are just like stacking against you. Gotta be careful about that. Try to play with a more even wave state or an advantageous wave state. For all your trades, I want you to spin first. Don't even auto. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Pop your potion. Okay, let your passive run. Don't go back in just yet. You need a little bit more time.
Oh.
Ignite, flash. Ooh, okay. 1 for 1 there. Okay, it's not bad. Let's get Ruby Crystal and Longsword here. Yeah, let's get that passive going. Get your potions too. Potions good. Oh, you could have gone refillable, but that's okay too.
Oh.
Yeah, you had the 150 there.
150.
All right, okay, okay.
Hmm.
So your next item is probably going to be Berserker Graves. We'll see what purchase point you get when you back again. Your flash is down, so we got to be careful. But technically, you should win at level 6. The one problem is I think Rammus is level 4 right now, so he's a little bit ahead. Oh no, he's level 3. Okay,
He's a
you're technically ahead. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. All right. He just used one of his abilities. I'd say punish that. Right? Yeah, he just spawns a wave, so you go ahead and punish that. That's good. That's good. Also, his Aftershock is on cooldown. So when that's down, that is a window of weakness that you can exploit.
Okay.
So I'd say just go ahead and like zone him for minions, and if he gets in your face, go ahead and spin on him. Okay, that's good. Great, keep it up. You're getting ahead here.
Oh.
Not bad. Doing great so far.
Should I just crash this next one then too?
Probably, yes. Don't go for a demolish proc because it's gonna be a bait.
Yeah. I don't think I can even get close enough.
Try to check into river for the
Scuttle.
yeah, the scuttle. Okay, that's gone. Okay, so your objective right now is to crash the wave. Try to do it in a safe way that involves not getting too close to this tower, okay? You need to fight. If you need to get in his face and fight him, you can do that. Just remember that his taunt only will last for about a second with your Legend Tenacity, so...
He's just gonna...
Yeah, if he goes for the minions, you can fight him back. Don't be afraid of him, because you right now have that immunization advantage.
Oh, he's got Bramble already.
Yeah, you can bypass that if you spin first. So if you get in range, spin. Your goal is to make sure you spin before he clicks taunt on you. And that's how you win. Right now. Yep, that's good. Oh. Ooh, close, okay. You were really close. If you were behind him instead of in front of him, you could have layered 2 autos and Ignite ulted, but need a little bit more time there. Alright, I'd say play aggressive. Okay, careful. He's got a taunt back up. Take it slow. Focus on crashing the wave first, then assess your options.
Oh.
Okay, really good. Yeah. It's a good try. It's a good try. Careful. Yeah, he's got his taunt up. Really careful about that. So here's what I'd like you to do. Crash the next wave, and then I want you to spin into him. Since his flash is down, his ability summon spells down. Flash into him and then go ahead and save W. Ignite. So spin Ignite, and then blow him up with R when the time is right.
You want me to crash this?
Yeah. Okay, get your spin back up. And then you can spin, Ignite, and then ult. Do it. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. We're gaming. Okay, crash the wave, and you're on the board. Yeah, you cut through him like a hot knife through butter. Yep. Go ahead and get your demolish proc. Look at you.
Oh.
Okay, that's still good. I don't think she can kill you, so just get your reward. And then back off. That's all you gotta do, yep. So I like how you went for the plate instead of going for her. Good.
World.
You can shove this next wave in. You should optimize your spin. Good. Alright. Go ahead and recall safely.
I don't think he's gonna even...
Fine. Alright, let's get Berserker Grapes. I want you to go Trinity Force this game. Get a Sheen. Yeah, I'd say you should split up this game, my opinion.
Oh,
because
wow.
yeah, we have a little bit of an issue this game.
That's
just
all right.
just
We'll
a
just
little bit of
focus
an
it.
issue. Yeah. Use your key to get back lane.
Shut down.
You can collapse on him once. Get the next wave, then if he stays, let Graves collapse on him, and then we just get a kill. Okay, help him out.
He's just gonna zoom out.
Okay, I'd say your team's got it. I'd say just back out. Don't ignite. Well, I mean, I guess that works too. You didn't have to ult there, but I mean, I would prefer you doing that rather than igniting. I mean, your ignite's on cooldown. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess as a positive, you do secure the kill, so that means the Wukong who's struggling doesn't get it. So I mean, that's personal power. That's fine. All right, let's get another plate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought he already used that.
No, he did not. We didn't see it. So like one problem here now is that I think your kill pressure is a little bit less because you ult. You used taunt on you? If so, you can get a plate
You
here.
did. Yeah, you did.
Okay, get the plate. Back off. Good. Okay, look, you're exploiting that window. That's good. Good stuff. You should put some wards out. You've been sitting on 2 wards for a while. Like get that Scuttle Crab, and then ward the Herald for me. Like ward your Tribush. Yep. Make sure you got the Scuttle upwards because remember your return. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's head back to the tower. Alright, you're gonna catch the next wave here. Alright, head to the Crux really quickly. Oh, he's going for a double proxy. Alright, you should start Herald. Because Rammus is not going to be in a position to be able to assist it, so you guys get the free Herald. Yeah. And then what you can do is just send it to the top lane, and then you can proc demolish and probably get first blood tower bonus. Try to be the one who picks up this Herald, if possible. This is you needing to be greedy here. Okay, beautiful. Catch that wave top. And then let's look at our gold. Do we have enough gold for Trinity Force?
Almost. After this, we will.
Almost.
Should I just crash it and rift it?
I'd say backing. After this wave, back, and then get Trinity Force, and then try to collapse on Rammus. Actually, he might be just dead. So, all right, go ahead and back, get Trinity Force, and then we're gonna take the tower, top lane.
He ulted away.
All right, that's fine. Okay, that's good. Hold on to that control ward. I don't want you to use it until the time is right. Like, if Graves is gonna come top, you can deny vision for that.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what you need to do. He rushed Thornmill. You can still beat him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you know what to do. Put him on that timer, take first blood tower bonus, and now you are on the board. You are a threat for the mid game. Make sure he doesn't back conveniently. Using that brush there. Okay. Push the next wave in. Activate Herald. And if he tries to stop you, just blow him up. Okay, you can send it. That's good. Kill him. Follow you. Kill him up. Okay. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Take first play tower bonus. Careful, mid's missing. So you should pop your
Oh, yeah.
potion. I'd say keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Somebody just activated
Okay.
that.
All right. Everyone, just okay. Back to
Alright,
safety. Back to safety. All right.
We're being greedy. Sorry.
All right. Okay. Run for it. Run for it. All right. Oh dear.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, you know, you lucked out. All right. Check
I
scuttle. Check
lucked
scuttle.
out.
Check the scuttle, please.
Oh, there's Diana right there.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down.
Okay. Scuttle's there.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Rammus is middle. Oh wait, is Sona by yourself? Check Sona. Check Sona. Check Sona. Yeah. Okay.
Fizz is
Okay.
there
So
too.
it's just Fizz. Okay. All right. Got it. All right. So here's what I want you to do. Let's have you back. Honestly, I think you can win this game by splitting. Let's get you Phantom Dancer next time.
Did I? Did you say
Uh,
Phantom Dancer?
Phantom Dancer. Yeah, let's go Phantom Dancer.
Okay.
Deal. Yep. And then yeah, the get a longsword.
Well, actually, should I just sell
Yeah, you
this?
could. No, you could just hold on to it. Wait, just wait. Refund it. Wait 10 seconds, and then you get both.
It's a long wait.
I know. So maybe we'll wait. All right, rotate bottom. Actually, rotate mid, then rotate bottom. Yeah, we're gonna try to pick up some kills here. We're gonna try to pick up some kills. Okay, let's have you rotate bottom.
Whoa.
Yeah, people will do that in solo queue if you take their farm. So you have to be really careful about that.
Oh,
yeah.
He's
That's like
he's
a little
just-
bit of cause and
he's
effect
done.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it doesn't happen on other servers, but that's what's gonna happen in North America.
Do I just go back top now? or-
I would. Okay, so you can go top. If you go top, you need to kill Rammus. So like, try to focus him like deliberately. You have
Okay.
kill pressure on him right now. You have 2 levels, so look to blow him up.
Huh. Did not do a whole lot there.
Yeah, we also kind of wasted our spin on the wave.
We did waste our spin on the
Yeah,
wave.
so that's like another big thing. You need to enter the fight spinning first to get his armor down, and then commit with autos and Qs. All right, you can kill him now. Kill.
If I can catch him.
I think we missed the window here. Okay. Well, at least you exchange flash. Uh-oh.
Okay. I really screwed that.
All right, let's open up your inventory. Okay, you get your Phantom Dancer. We're gonna go Hullbreaker next time.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. I really botched that. And
Yeah, when you spin, try to synchronize your spin with Ignite. Like, prep both, because
Okay.
when your spin's done, that's when we need to land the auto and Q. If you give him extra time on his power ball, he's just gonna roll out of your range, and that's what creates that situation there.
Right.
So when
Okay,
you look for kills,
timed it wrong.
be decisive, be swift. All right, go top, proceed the wave there. We're gonna work on a Hullbreaker next. You're gonna try to win this game by splitting, I think. Because you can abuse Rammus, you can abuse Fizz, and you can probably abuse Yasuo too.
Oh wow. Oh.
Okay, cool. Keep pushing, keep
Okay.
pushing. I want you to push this wave out, and then I want you to start Herald. Rotate into river, start Herald. We get you a second Herald, we can probably pop an inhibitor with your build, which is really good. And I'll tell you when to send it. Alright, yep, make sure to focus on the eyes. Make sure you're the one taking it. Remember, be greedy about this. Don't let anyone else take it but you. Okay, beautiful. Go top with it, go top with it, go top with it, go top with it. Alright, Rammus just respawned. Dyna's coming up.
Oh.
He's just teleporting back in. You can probably win if you fight with wave. What's his items? Yeah, you can probably win if you fight with the wave.
Am I worried about Diana?
You probably are, but she's still on death timer. So you can play aggressive now if you want. Ben. Good. Layer in the autos. Yeah. So spin.
Multiple autos.
Okay, Diana's up right now, so don't go any further. Don't go any further. I want you to back. Back, and let's get you Longsword and Ruby Crystal, please. Yeah, components for a Hull Breaker. Okay, rush back to top. Go back to top. So here's what you are going to do. You're going to draw pressure so the team can get next Dragon. If they choose to get it, you're going to get an inhibitor because you will right now run over Rammus like a monkey on a cupcake.
Okay.
Okay. So right before Dragon spawns, well, not right before, but like sometime before Dragon spawns, and once you use Herald, I'll tell you when the timer is, okay? So keep it on the timer there. Be ready.
Okay. Oh, okay, he's just gonna leave.
Yeah, you should be a little bit careful here. Wait in this brush patiently.
Oh, Diana's dead.
Wait for. We need to confirm. Once we confirm this is the location.
Right.
Yeah. What's the timer on Dragon?
30 or 25.
25 seconds?
Yes.
Okay. Kill him. Just blow him up. Okay.
Well, I guess we get Dragon then.
Okay, you do get the Dragon. You get the Dragon. Okay, so here's the mental hurdle we gotta get over, and I mean this in a nice way. When I say kill, just literally start with ignite. Just send it.
Okay.
If it does not kill your up target, then you can flame me for making a bad call. But just literally just hit the hotkey and just do full send it.
Okay.
Because that is the hurdle. That's the hurdle
okay.
we're getting over right now. All right.
Okay.
Just full send it. All right. Let's get you to the phage.
Phage?
Yeah, the phage is good. And yeah, we'll go bottom. And right now we're gonna try to replicate that. We're gonna go bottom, and we're gonna try the same thing again, but
For Baron.
yeah, we're gonna draw pressure for Baron.
Oh.
Okay. Well, luckily, yeah, luckily he does. Okay, good. All right. So your objective: kill Rammus first, then you go ahead and full send with the Herald.
Okay.
Right now you're in a good opportunity because he's half health. So this is
right.
Yeah. Visualize your approach. Try to flank him if possible, and put him on death timer. Got this.
He's just gonna. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You can play this patiently. Just think about the moment that you pull the trigger.
Oh. Not used to Phantom Dance or critting. So 2 of them are mid. Yasuo's still dead. Rammus is still somewhere. I have to drop.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, unfortunately we have to drop the Herald now. You should ping the Baron. Okay, his taunt's down, so you can take the tower really quickly, and then fight him. You can blow him up right now, I think. Okay. Yeah,
Oh.
Okay.
There's
All right.
3.
Okay. Not bad. All right, get a Hull Breaker. You notice how strong you were? Watch when you get Hull Breaker in your inventory. Watch what happens. All right, let's get W. All right, get Sweeper. So like this is good. So now that you're so insane, you're Thanos mode, you should use Sweeper as you enter the enemy jungle. Confirm vision, confirm that you're not standing over vision. Try to get some ambushes going. Because like if you flank Rammus in the right way, you can blow him up with more rotation.
They didn't want to do Baron.
So rinse and repeat. This is a little old-fashioned, but rinse and repeat. Go bottom and start pressuring hardcore. Because Rammus now is not a threat to you. There's no damage that he can do as any threat to you. You basically can run over him and just take the base. If this matches you in rotation, he's going to die too. Because Fizz can also not threaten you. There's nobody on that team right now who can threaten you. That's the cool part about this build. Yeah. This is a great way to punish tanks that don't hyperscale like Desante.
Would I be getting armor pen at some point?
Yeah, you can get like a cleaver.
Oh jeez, we're gonna lose that.
So it's not looking too bad. Hard push, hard push, hard
Not
push.
looking bad.
Yeah, hard push it, hard push it.
Shut down. Slain. Enemy triple kill.
He just uses troll pulse, so you can kill him. Okay, back off for a second. Back off. Use your sweeper. Try to get the red. Get the red, and then hide back in a brush. So you gotta play sneakily here.
Oh wow.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Try to commit to a target. Okay. Try to escape if possible. Oh, okay. Might have been better to save for the wall there. You might be dead here, potentially. Okay, wow. Let's have you back with the Ruby Crystal. So you're drawing good pressure. That's good. You didn't get Baron either. That's also really good. Yep, get a Ruby Crystal here. Alright, head back down bottom. And we're going to try this again. So this time, I want you to be able to help. So you got a Hull Breaker, right? That's going to super buff the cannon. That's going to help you fight. So try these fights in a cannon wave.
Outside of tower, though.
Outside of tower. Yep. Have the cannon wave help you fight. Because the cannons could be tanky. You're going to be tanky. Have the wave help you fight. All right. You should probably just rotate in the river here at this point. This is a fight you should probably just group up for. Yeah. Like, this is a fight that I think is worth joining. All right. Go ahead and help him out. You can blow up the Rammus here.
Wow. Why am I so...
Okay, great. Take the tower. Actually, you got Dragon coming up, right? So yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take the tower, then go Dragon. Deny them soul, which I think is pretty good, pretty big. And it's gonna be very valuable too, because it's an Earth Drake. It's gonna be valuable for your tower as well. I mean, very valuable for your team. Remember to use W to cycle through your Trinity Force procs. Good. Try to space out the W and Q, right? So you cycle through Spellbind. Yeah, I think one of the things is you're not used to Trinity Force, so you're not used to it, like how powerful it is. So
I'm really not used to it.
okay, luckily you guys get it. That's good. I was calling a little bit close there. Let's go ahead and go back down the bottom. Okay, find a cannon wave, sit with it, and push with it slowly. You need to exude pressure in a way that's threatening, but also doesn't endanger yourself.
Okay, so
yeah, escort the wave. Escort the wave.
Three of them are mid.
Right. Keep an eye on the map too. So like one thing you want to watch is you want to wiggle between waves while you're watching them. If you see Ford River, that's your signal to push in.
They're hovering
okay.
Baron.
They're hovering Baron. So what you do is to try to defend the cannon. Don't let him take the cannon. You got rank 3 ultimate too, so you can play aggressive. Play aggro. Play aggro. Okay.
Alright, use taunt.
Just take the tower.
Oh.
Okay, bought the tower. Then go ahead and blow him up. Okay, focus on the inhibitor. He's gonna have to heal. If he goes back in, you just kill him, right? Full spin into a Q ult. There you go. Okay. Go with the cannon. Fight with cannon. Fight with cannon. Fight with cannon. Try to Q. Oh, super close. You almost had him there.
What in the world?
You almost had him there.
Okay.
Let's get you. No, I think let's get you Claver. I want you to be able to kill Rammus easier, so let's just go Claver here. Sell your Doan's Blade. And then your last name is going to be Sterix Gage.
Okay.
And that's going to be the belt. You're going to bank around 400 attack damage. It's going to be really great.
Alright, so now we're going top, right?
Yes, you're going top. Because next dragon's going to be up in like, what, 2 minutes? So
3 minutes and 10 seconds.
yeah, okay. So 3 minutes and 10 seconds. So you go ahead and take that top inhibitor down. Applying pressure in the same way that you've been doing before. This is really good.
Oh, his ult's up again, huh?
Yeah, it's like a 30-second cooldown. So.
Oh,
All right, not
super
bad.
3 for 1.
So Rammus is going to have to deal with the minions down bottom. You go ahead and push top. And then once bot lane inhibitor's down, we'll escort one of the super minion waves in to go ahead and end the game.
Right. Okay.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
is there like a general rule of thumb on when to go for Hullbreaker and when not to? Like when they have a tank that's going to split push, you want to generally out split push them? Or...
Here's the criteria. Can your team 4v4? Yes or no?
Okay. Right.
Can you beat the top laner in a 1v1 side lane? Yes or no? Can you beat the mid laner in a 1v1 side lane? Yes or no? If yes is the answer to all those questions, build Hullbreaker. You basically profit. You should ult the Rammus. There you go. Try to get the safety. Though you have yourself in a pretty difficult bind here.
His ult was up again. Alright, that was a bad call.
So you could have gotten out of that situation by ulting sooner and then just walking away.
We'll have to watch the replay. I thought the taunt was stopping me from ulting him.
I like, yes, I do see the taunt range, but I think like even if you buffered it at the ult range is bigger than the taunt range. So even if he taunts you, the ult's gonna go through.
Okay, yeah, because if I buffered it before him, as soon as he was in range.
Yeah, it wouldn't have canceled in that sense, I think.
Okay. Okay.
All right, your last item is going to be Stairx Gauge. You don't have to get a control ward. I'd say just enter top side. Again, look to escort the cannon wave. That's the big thing you want to focus on. Because that cannon wave is threatening if you have it Hullbreaker buffed.
Okay.
All right, great. You have Black Cleaver. You're looking extremely strong right now. Let's go ahead and have you blow some people up. And this build will allow you to fight Yasuo now too, because you have the armor gun. Yeah. Amazing.
Alright, so Yasuo was top. Oh, now Rammus is top. Okay.
He just uses Powerball. What are you going to do?
Ah, he's just going to run away.
I think you could still chase him. I think you could still chase him.
Jeez. Nope.
That's okay. It happens. It happens. They got rid of Rammus. Just go ahead and take that inhibitor. Beautiful. Spin. Try to focus somebody, whether it be Fizz or yeah, you W up in 1 second. Keep running. Amazing. All right. There you go. That's exactly what we want to see.
Might be like turning on her.
You can turn on her. Actually, well, she's going to turn around. Okay, that's fine.
My passive is just going to cook, though.
Cool.
Is it bad to go back in? I mean,
you can go back in. You can go back in. Oh, that's a shame. They got Dragon Soul. Oh, dear. Okay. Well, this game got a little bit more complicated. Okay. All right. Well,
okay, they're all there. This
yeah, you need the backup. You need the backup. All right, let's back and get a Phage. Let's get Red Elixir too. It's that late in the game. I think I just get a Red Elixir. Good. All right. Let's push bottom and aim for that inhibitor. Bot inhibitor because right, Baron's up, so let's apply that pressure. Right. Yes. Yep. So it's the correct call to go for the bot inhibitor.
So they gotta choose one or the other. Okay, so.
What's perplexing you? You seem a little torn.
I've never gone against a Rammus like this, and it's just kind of weird to me, I guess.
So one thing you could do is go ahead and pull the wave. Just keep an eye on that wave behind you, okay? I'd say hard push. Yeah, your team's okay, yeah, hard push.
An ally has been slain. Shut down.
Get that inhibitor really quickly. Cycle through your abilities to get it super quick and then back. Run. Proceed the run. Proceed the run. Keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running. Okay, Fizz is coming down to flank you. You can kill him if he enters the brush solo, blow him up. Alright, use your sweeper as you're entering jungle. Good. Alright. Use the brushes to your advantage. Inhibitor's down, okay. I don't know if this is a good fight to take.
Fight. No.
I'd say maybe join. Focus, Sona. Focus Sona. Okay, ult Fizz. Okay, go Rammus. Black Cleaver Rammus. You can try to chase him, I think. Oh, beautiful. Push middle, end the game.
Should I just go top because I have Hullbreaker and get that?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Just be careful about Yasuo engaging on you. You have no ult, so just be careful about how you're approaching him.
Oh, he just wants me.
You can fight him. Wait 2 seconds, then fight. All right, you can go on. Go. Oh, never mind. Okay, Sona's coming up. Okay, they're kind of missing one though. You guys should probably just go for Baron at this point. Stay together. Fizz is coming up in a few seconds. Okay, Graves died.
Bye.
Okay, try to focus the Yasuo. Okay, stay with the wave. Push. Hullbreaker, enable. Okay, focus the Fizz. Ult. Good. Amazing. Push it into the game. Alright, actually, you could probably 1v2 them, I would say.
Just go for the safe option. Grab the. Maybe not.
Just get the wave here. Alright. You just put yeah, back out. Go in. Alright, you guys can probably just take the Baron. Go for the Baron. Goes up in a few seconds. I think you could just go in solo it. Then you can back for your Sterix Gauge, refresh your potion. And then we'll end the game that way. What's the timer in Dragon?
2 minutes 4 seconds.
Great. Alright,
Okay,
get stacks. Get red elixir. Beautiful. Alright, you're at full build. Amazing. Okay, we're gaming.
Do I just run bottom or do I just pressure mid?
You should pressure.
Matching Rammus?
I'd say pressure top.
Top.
So what you can do here is guide a super minion wave in. It's a low unconventional, but you do is guiding a super minion wave in with. Okay.
Do I just go mid?
Yeah, go middle. So your goal is to not die in this fight. Careful. Okay, I'd say I don't know why Fiddle's split pushing right now. Go middle. Get the inhibitor really quickly. Good. Okay. Inhibit's down. Okay, move to bottom. Your goal is to sneak a super minion wave into this base and end the game. Timer on Dragon is 1 minute, right?
Yep, 50 seconds. Oh, they are all gonna move. Okay. They know I'm here. Oh, they're going mid.
Okay, push. Guide the wave in. Then it's coming down though. Back out. You're just stalling for time. You're just sending them all back to base. Look how they're all turning around. You're just stalling for time. That's just your purpose right now. Then when your team responds, you can apply pressure in a stronger way.
Should I catch her?
Yeah, try to go for it. She's heading down. Yep, intercept. Use your sweeper so that way you know. Yep, try to predict where she's gonna go. There we go. Okay, oh, she's in river.
Oh boy.
Okay. Try to kill her by full combo. She's gonna try darting to the wave. Good, beautiful. All right, go into the base and push. I think. Catch the Sona, catch the Sona, catch the Sona. Yeah, and then with Sona dead, go into the base and try to end the game.
I grab this inhib first, because I'm sure Rammus...
Yeah, you grab the inhibitor first.
Oh.
Don't worry about Fizz, he's got no threat on you. There's no way he can realistically kill on you. Get the inhibitor in the run. Yeah, don't stay too long. Okay. Alright, it costs you flash there, but you get the inhib. It's fine. Okay, we get the Elder. That's good.
Base and end?
Yeah, base refresh potions, and then you want to go ahead and push middle. Just remember that if you group your Hullbreaker passives down, so it makes you a little bit more frail, so be a little bit careful just diving in. But, I mean, you technically, with the amount of HP you have, you can technically group and just beat them. If you group up as 5 with Elder and then just go ahead and kill them, that's fine. Just remember to focus on priority targets. Who's your priority targets? Okay, Yasuo. I think, be careful, be careful, be careful.
I'm in
Back
trouble.
out, back out, back out. Back out, keep backing out, keep backing out. Go to the other lane, get your Hullbreaker passive back online. Yeah, see what botched this fight is that Fiddle went in by himself. Back out to safety. Get the safety, get the safety, get the safety, get the safety. Push the get back to the super mini wave. Push the supers in to draw pressure. Push the supers in, draw pressure. Okay, back out, back out, back out. Remember, you have your Baron up, so you can blow somebody up selectively. Okay, spin, 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 spin. Try to get somebody low, try to get somebody low. Okay. Okay, good, good.
Oh, wow.
Spin. Okay, back off if you can. Got your W. Okay, keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running. Go, okay, go, 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 go. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, actually, go back in, go back in. There's 4 dead, 4 dead. Use your passive back up. Get the inhibitor, kill, end the game, end the game. I don't know that that time just because the surrender box is, okay, just end the game, end the game, end the game. I have no idea that that's, okay, end the game. Q, there we go, okay, amazing.
All right. You're going to have to walk me through some of the shenanigans you made me go through there.
Yeah, I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Okay. Sure. Oh, we're in promos now. Okay, so yeah, that's what I like to see.
Oh my god, look at that.
Yeah,
look at the tower damage too. You just like you not only blew them up, but you blew up their base too.
I love it. Okay.
Okay, so let's recap a little bit. Now, a little nerve-wracking game, right? You know, especially with your team just trying to Fiddle's trying to 1v5 with Elder Drake, you know?
Really, yeah.
That's a good solo queue classic right there, you know? So, a little nerve-wracking, to say the least. But yeah, let's review, you know? So,
Absolutely.
So Rammus is a champion who gets, like, a buttload of bonus resistances, right?
Right.
He's taking Aftershock, so he also gets a boatload of extra resistances. And then he also gets a lot of natural armor scaling per level. So, like, with all these things considered, it's definitely easy to assume that Rammus is going to be naturally tanky against Garen.
Mm.
However, in 2 of those instances we just cited, and this is referencing, like, a check on game knowledge, because I think this is what was really making your brain spark a little bit, because I think there were situations where I was telling you can kill Rammus, and you're like, wait, what? I can kill Rammus? And then we kind of missed the kill here, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
So Rammus, when Rammus uses, I think his power shell, he multiplies his resistances when he does the recoil damage, if I recall correctly. I may have to double check on that, but his ability makes him super tanky.
Mm-hmm.
Like not even factoring his base stats, okay? And then there's Aftershock. Aftershock, he taunts you, it triggers, or he hits you with the power ball, it knocks you back slightly, that triggers. It's a few seconds of a buttload of resistances, and then eventually that drops, right? So if we spin while that's going on, right? We go ahead and spin. We
it negates some of the armor from my passive on spin.
Yeah, it drops that amount. Like okay, so with how spin reduction is calculated, as far as I'm aware, it lasts for 6 seconds, and he like when his buff expires, he loses out on more armor because you took more away because you're taking 25%, which is a greater sum that he got temporarily. This is very akin to like when Trundle loves ulting players who get like a defensive stat boost, because if the Trundle ultimate lasts longer than the buff in the first place, that means they're sometimes dealing in situations where they're dealing with negative armor because of how
Right,
the
how
buffs
it
and debuffs,
steals.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I think armor reduction works in the same way, if I recall correctly. So when you
Okay.
spin, when Rammus is building up all these resistances, that's really big for you. That's tremendously big.
Okay.
And when all that stuff is down and Rammus is still chunked with 25% of his armor missing, like that's when your autos are really going to hurt. That's when the rest of your spin's going to really hurt. That's when you can go for kill pressure. Like this isn't even factoring in you're doing a true damage summoner spell ability, which doesn't care about armor at all, and then your ultimate, which is based on his missing HP, which doesn't care about his armor at all. So
Okay.
I mean, I think like you definitely forged your limits a little bit better this game. The next time you play versus Rammus, you'll be a little bit more decisive.
Right.
I
And
think
then
like yeah, go ahead.
did Trinity Force play a factor into that Rammus specific play, or was that in the split pushing decision? Because with the Sheen proc and you can take towers a little faster with Trinity Force.
A little bit both. So like Trinity Force is a good duelist item. You go ahead and spin, apply the armor shred.
Right.
You auto after to apply the sheen, and then you Q after to apply your Q. So it's just really good damage, and it's got really good scaling too. And then when you hit towers, of course, combine that with Hullbreaker Fan Advance, so you're just melting towers left and right. That's the amazing part. So it's a little bit of both, right? Like
Okay.
Trinity Force is just very good overall damage, durability, all that stuff. That's the good part. So like keep that in mind. Like, but I chose that item for you deliberately because you should be split pushing to win that game, I think. Now, granted, you could have maybe team fought that game, but the thing is, you can punish a Rammus so much harder if you get him out of the team fight situation, because that's what he wants to do. Rammus
Right.
is not a late game duelist champion. He wants to be in the action. He wants to ult into 5 people and cause mayhem.
Right. Now, question to kind of caveat off of that
Yeah.
is, I kind of usually, I would say like 75-80% of the time, do the same somewhat split pushing Hullbreaker style against Darius because he's a team fight oriented champion. So then he either has to choose, do I want to do that? Or, I mean, because he's kind of a duelist too. So would that be kind of an iffy scenario where it's kind of in the moment, how are you faring kind of deal?
I'd say it's possible, but like I think like the environment that would facilitate such a strategy requires you to be really ahead, because let's say you guys end Delaney phase and you guys are equal in gold.
Right. Then it doesn't.
You're
make
not
much
going to be able to pressure Darius in that way that you're mentioning compared to Rammus,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
So that's a little bit more fine in the criteria,
Okay.
I'd say. All right, so just try to keep that in mind. But yeah,
Okay.
what you would do is like assess that you can beat your opponent into the mid late game, and then commit to the split build.
Okay.
You don't have to do it every game. Like this game is an example of when to do it. Not saying you need to do it all the time, but yeah, I think like how you chose to play aggressive in the side lane. We got you to be a little more decisive about the kills. We put Rammus on Death Timer. We took inhibitors. We took both Heralds, which was amazing. Really, really good for getting those tier 2 towers down, because let's talk about it, right? Getting 2 tier 2 towers, that's 1,200 gold. That's 4 kills.
Not even to mention Rift also grants you.
Yeah, you get the 300 gold share with the enemy team. I'm sorry, your team. That's really cool too. Like you not only made the most amount of gold out of your entire team, but you were like literally Thanos. You were so strong. And you being full build and being able to just 1v3 there at the end was a really great testament to the advantage you created with that split push.
Yeah, I had an enormous gold lead on them.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah. So like, I would say right now, with how ridiculously strong Hullbreaker is, you need to abuse this item when it's necessary, because there is no team fight equivalent. Yeah, there's no team fight equivalent really of Hullbreaker. The closest thing is Sterak's Gauge, but like, let's be honest, you can build Sterak's Gauge while splitting too. Like, it's not a true replacement,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the thing. So I'm just telling you this because like that's my expertise, that's my opinion. But so many other Garen players are understanding how ridiculous this item is right now, and they're just
Yeah,
abusing it to its maximum potential, right?
right. Yeah, the movement speed is just insane
Yeah.
how they added that. So I
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like I've been missing out by not building it as often as I do. I probably only build it 1 out of every 20 games when I really feel confident. It's mainly probably a lack of confidence in myself, but
Okay.
I feel like I have to be around the team a lot more, maybe to babysit or something instead.
Mhm.
I do have a lot of split push tendencies, but I always veer away from the hull breaker because I always think in the back of my mind it's like an itch, like I need to be here for this fight, or it's so often that I feel pressured to be in or around a fight just to make sure I can, delete one of the carries on their team with my ults because it's one of the most potent ults in the game. I just press R and ignite on a let's say a Fed 80 carry or something, just go up to her and kill her immediately. And I feel like I need that. I don't know.
Okay.
So I get away from it too much, but maybe that's one of the mistakes that I'm making. Maybe I should just be going hull breaker and just decide, okay, when the time is right or the lane opponents is kind of willing if they're a team fight oriented champion.
Okay. All right.
Does
I
that
think
does that make sense?
I think it's well said. So what I wanted to say about that is like there's going to be like once you start realizing how powerful this item is, there's going to be something called Hullbreaker Fever, where you want to build it for the sake of building
Every
it because
game.
it feels good. Yeah, don't do that. That's going to be
Okay.
like that's going to be a big discipline thing. Make sure it
Right.
makes sense. Like if it makes sense and it goes through the checks and balances, build it. That's great.
hmm
But I think like
Now, would
uh,
it be
yeah,
also wiser to go if I'm pretty far
yeah,
ahead? Should I be kind of veering towards that at that point? Like I'm
yeah.
6-0, and the rest of my team is kind of even with theirs, but I'm kind of enormous. Should I be going for that hull breaker just to draw as much pressure away as possible?
You can. You definitely can. Um, so I think like that could be an option. That there are going to be some exceptions to that. Like, let's say for example, you're playing a dedicated 5v5 front to back team comp.
hmm
One problem with that is that if your team has no front line whatsoever and you choose to commit the split pushing, it kind of
Right.
pulls your team comp apart. So be
Right.
mindful of that. Like Hogmaw comps, Vayne comps, any comp that's like Fed ADC, if you understand that like playing front to back is going to be important for your team, then try not to split. Try to go for a team fight. Try to get really tanky, Black Cleaver, Hull Breaker, all that jazz. That's good.
Okay. Okay.
Um, yeah,
That makes more
that's really
sense.
really important. I think that's really good. Um, so like you talked about like not being toxic in solo queue, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think that means?
Uh, okay, so for me, it used to be, talking back. For instance, in that game, there was, one of those. I don't know which one of those players, Wukong, Kaisa, somebody. Report this player. Back in the day, I'd start chiming in for some reason, and yeah, why are you trolling? Something to the point that would probably get me chat banned with this new implement that they have in the
Mhm.
game. Just constantly pinging somebody's death timer or constantly pinging somebody's, pathing because they're doing something I didn't enjoy, kind of that behavior that puts you, as a player, even if you're not a tilting player, it just irritates you. I would have the tendency to do things like that,
Okay.
you know and
Okay.
like, I have definitely realized, especially from listening to Coach Curtis and everything. I mean, I'm basically just kind of reflecting my own personal, I guess you could call it, my ego.
Mhm.
I would win this game if my team did what I wanted them to do, but that doesn't make a difference, because if that was the case, then nobody would be higher than gold 1. There'd be because
Yeah.
people can clearly climb higher than this. It's me. I'm the problem. It's not everybody else. It's me. I'm the one causing this.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
kind of veered away from that and said, okay, so yeah, we have an 0-10 80 carry. Well, what can I do to try to, make it so this didn't or what did I do wrong in the game to make it so that happened? Because was there anything that I could have done? Maybe rotated from mid to bot, during a certain time? Did I have vision of their jungler? Did I know they were going to pat there? I had a free opportunity because the mid backed, all of these
Yeah.
things. And I don't see those things. I mean, I'm not toxic anymore, but I still can't identify those windows of opportunity, I guess you could say. So that's where I'm at this point, is trying to identify these windows and how I'm missing them and how I can capitalize on them.
Well, I think like you're journeying trying to become a more resilient player who's non-combative, non-antagonistic, I think is a great thing. And also like being cognizant of your ego is definitely something that everyone has to work on. I have to work on it too. And like in your journey of becoming that more positive player, I think you have definitely given yourself the grace of winning more games because you dialed it back a bit. You kept yourself in check. That's great. But I think in turn two, like I don't know if I can judge this based on your past play, but like there's a lot of selflessness that you're exhibiting, and in your play, I think it might be a little bit too much.
Right,
So
like
like
switching lanes.
like we observed that today. Um, and like I think when people say, "Oh, this dude is such a selfish player," they view it as a very toxic and negative thing, but it doesn't have to be viewed that way. Like
Right,
there's a lot of high-low successful content creators, coaches, pro players who play very, very selfishly.
right. I
Um,
hear that a lot
yeah,
actually, is you need to play selfish if you want to carry on in the game, because I've also heard them say, although it's a team game, like I said before in this session, although it's a team game, it's more of a single player game. Your journey to higher ranks in solo queue is more single player. Like it's you against all 9 of these players essentially. Now they are your teammates, but you're still trying to do your best. You're trying to do your best. You're trying to get fed so you can carry this game, or you can exploit their mistakes, I guess, probably better.
right. And that's not to say that you should be selfish all the time, but I think that like there's certain things that you need to attribute that like selfish is okay. Like when I
Mhm.
told you in that game, hey, you need to be the one taking this Herald, like that may be viewed as selfish, but let's be honest, who's the most threatening person with Herald on this team? It's not Graves.
Right.
It's not Graves. People will say, "Oh, the jungler has to have it." That's not true, because
Right.
what happens there is that jungle's dependency on having sweeper for dewarding gets nullified if he has Herald in his inventory. It's
Right.
different if he's trying to carry to a different lane to break first with tower bonus. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a situation where someone isn't hindered in the trinket category by holding up the Herald, and then also somebody who can snowball out of control. Graves can do
Right.
it. But the thing is, your towers are already low, so like Graves doesn't need to escort the top because you can do that already.
Yeah,
Right.
of course. And another thing with being in gold here is there are quite a few times in my games where somebody
Yeah.
accidentally drops the rift because they're trying to use their trinket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So like that's not only a trust thing, you could trust the help of yourself. You can't trust it in other people, but it's also
Right.
playing for the individual strengths. Like I see a lot of top laners who will like just not even be adamant in taking the Herald, and they miss out on that opportunity because like that third dragon spawns and you summon Herald, and you can run over the enemy top laner. You create a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation where the enemy team has
Right.
to send multiple people to stop. Otherwise, they reap the consequences, and you know how it goes. But like
Yep.
that,
I do that
yeah,
quite often.
good. And you did it with the second herald. That's good because getting that second herald, we took it right before Baron spawned, and now you do the same thing, but for Baron pressure, you do a bot lane. Like
Hmm.
that was really good. Like yeah, we could have optimized it a lot more. The second herald, um,
Yeah, the timer
second
kind of ran off. That was.
yeah. So the second herald, the first herald could have been optimized a lot more, but like you are expressing the criteria in the right way for what to do. And we got a lot of gold out of it. It wasn't perfect, but you got a lot of gold out of the situation, which is why you made the most money out of anybody in this entire game, and that's amazing. You took like
Right.
what 7 towers? It was good stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Where's that tower damage?
yeah,
It was, yeah, 12,
yeah.
940.
We did quite a number there, so really really good stuff. Yeah, so in games where you're able to split, I want you to try replicating this build because it's very very potent, very very powerful. And stick to it. Abuse Hullbreaker. Abuse it before it gets nerfed. You will get free low because odds are a lot of people in solo queue abuse items to win. It's either abusing champions, abusing items, or abusing both. Mages have abused stopwatch for years.
Absolutely.
ADCs were abusing like abusing stack shave now. They're abusing other items in the past. Bruisers were abusing the old Strybreaker when it had a dash.
Mhm.
Right now you're either abusing Stair Gauge or you're abusing supports were abusing like support mythics, you know, radiant virtue and all that.
Right.
So it's just you're just basically seizing the opportunity. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Right. So
Okay.
okay, so I think that like that game was particularly good. Again, we covered the decisiveness of getting kills. Another thing that we should probably talk about is like how you were navigating inside lanes. Did you understand why I was adamant in telling you need to get sweeper, right? Like the vision
Um,
now game.
no, in hindsight, I do. I understand because now I can creep off into their jungle without them knowing where I'm at. And if the opportunity presents myself where they all show top and I'm bottom, I have the opportunity to now rush back and keep on splitting. I'm guessing that's what you were going off with the splitter, the sweeper.
Yeah, and I wanted you to like engage, disengage, walk into their base, exit their base. Like there is a lot of splitters who just want to do something decisively and just like try to trade their life one for one. But I
Right.
wanted you to play that thing like it's like a fly in the room that they just can't catch. It's
Mhm.
like there, it's buzzing, it's annoying, it's like irritating them, but they just can't get it. The ceiling's too high. They would need a ladder to be able to climb up to even have a chance to get it, right? That's what you
Right.
need to be. You need to be like you need to be eating away at that conference call, like literally
Mhm.
getting that under that dude's skin. Analogy aside, staying alive is the most important thing. And like we utilize Garen's strength by tapping into his passive. Garen has a unique strength that other split pushers don't, because if a split pusher gets critically low, they would have to find a jungle camp and heal back up. Otherwise, they're sending themselves back and teleporting. Garen
Right.
doesn't have to do that. He waits 20 seconds and he's back at like half HP.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
it's a really really good element for him, and you want to keep that in mind. The more you stay alive and thrive, the more pressure you apply, and that eventually allows the enemy team to break. That's what eventually happened. I mean, you took one inhibitor, you took two inhibitors, you took all three. You got the Elder because they had so many inhibitors down. They just it just broke the camel's back, dude.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah,
Is there anything in like particular that you would like to go back over on that game? It was
yeah,
kind of with you coaching me through it. It was kind of all happening, I guess you could say, kind of fast. And
yeah, yeah. Let's get into it. I have we have some time here. We got about 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and review replay here and talk about some stuff concept wise. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen with you again, and let's get into it.
all right, I'm gonna close mine.
Okay, great.
All right, I am
Welcome
in.
to Summoner's Rift.
Oh wait, this is. Oh wait, this is my game.
Oh,
Oh my god. Okay. I thought it was on your profile. I don't know what's going on here. All right. All right, let's try this again. Please stand by. All right, here we go. Downloaded. All right, let's do it. All right, can you see my screen?
yep, loading in as intended. So, actually, just another follow-up question now. I
Yeah.
don't normally build a Zeal or Phantom Dancer now. That is to help with the spin and the Black Cleaver to get as much as I can for damage on my spin with that Black Cleaver. Is that
Yeah.
right?
So with Conquer, you focus on spin count, right? The more spins you have, the quicker you not only apply your armor shred, but you also stack up Conquer, which activates fully, and then you get the Omnifam. So it goes hand in hand.
Okay.
That's one important thing you got to focus on: spin count.
Okay. That is
Zeal,
something I
yeah.
miss all the time.
Zeal is a really great component to sit on. I get it after my first completed item because it gives you 5% movement speed, 15% attack speed, and then it gives you, what, the 50% critical strike? It's good. Garen can
Right.
benefit so hard off of one crit item because if you're spinning 11 times, that's 11 auto attacks that can proc 15% crit chance. That's insanely good.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see. After the Mortal Reminder changes, I've still been building Mortal Reminder most of the time and just ignoring Zeal now.
Okay.
So that's probably hindering me in a way.
Yeah, don't build more on Wonder unless you have a reason to build it, right? So
Yeah, yep, okay.
okay, beautiful. So we talked about sequencing, right? And why the
Right.
importance of using spin first is paramount here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand why? The many
Uh,
reasons why.
well, against Rammus specifically would be his armor shred. Well, actually just Garen's armor shred.
Okay.
And it's really nice for your CC because your spin still goes up while you're CC'd, so
Right.
you're still taking damage.
Right. And what's the third reason why like a Garen player can like benefit from using spin first, especially in situations like this where you have like a lot of minions?
Well, because I would thin out the minions and take less aggro from them because there would be less minions to aggro me.
Well, that can be true. Like early on though,
Okay.
Garen's spin can't fully clear a minion wave, so there's still going to be
True.
minions there.
True, okay.
But I
Then
like the direction that you're heading. I think you're getting warmer in the assessment.
Oh, warmer.
Yeah, you're getting warmer here, dude.
It's over my head, I think.
Let's say, for example, you want to train this wave. Why is spinning first important?
Probably because I can hit more than one without overextending because my spin has a higher reach than my auto attacks.
Well, okay. Well, that's definitely a valid point.
Still missing the mark?
Yeah, you're still missing the mark.
Uh,
So do you know how minion aggro works in League of Legends?
as in if I aggro the champion, it'll aggro me. Or if I
Okay,
attack the champion,
that is an oversimplification, which is okay, because
Okay.
like to many people that's the understanding of it, right? I hit a champion, the minions are just gonna hit me, and
They're
like
gonna-
that is partially
Oh.
true, but it's fine criteria.
They're also going to attack the thing that's closest to them. So if I'm standing in front of my minions, they would attack me first.
Well,
Is
yeah,
that
that's true.
closer?
There is aggro range is what we'd like to call. That's something that's hard to factor in, but you get like a estimate of it. But
Still missing it, huh?
the thing is, like, we're talking about the laws of minion aggro, because when it comes to
I
minion
must-
aggro, certain things trigger minion aggro. Do you know what they are?
Maybe not. I'm drawing a complete blank. I just kind of threw everything out there.
Oh my god. Oh hey, I want to make things. I want to make you feel better here. You're not the first coaching client that I've had this talk with.
Okay,
And,
okay. It might. I mean, after you say it, it might be a oh yeah right moment. But
Okay.
I mean, I might be completely in the dark here.
So there are three things that trigger minion aggro: auto attacks, and anything that's coded as an auto attack, like GPQ.
Whoa.
Targeted abilities, and any ability that taunts things in general, like Gallios taunt. You know,
Okay. So spin doesn't draw aggro.
spin does not trigger minion aggro. Yes.
You just blew my mind.
Oh my god. I want to make a highlight reel of all the times I've had to explain this to coaching clients, and like the little before and after go with their
Yep.
mind. Yeah.
Just exploded. Okay.
Yeah. So that's really important here. So like, let's take this for example. This is a critical situation where sequencing and using spin first is much beneficial. It is so beneficial here because Garen spin lasts for
6 seconds. Sorry.
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
3 seconds. So that's 3
seconds.
seconds that you bypass minion aggro, and if Rammus is auto attacking you, that means he's getting dealt with minion aggro from the get go.
Okay.
Yeah. And like,
Wow.
and when it comes to trading 1-on-1 in top lane, like we have to be especially respectful of these cannons. Now,
Right.
without looking at it or looking it up, do you know how much attack damage these cannons have?
I honestly have no clue. Probably like 50.
Okay, 50 is a good guess. Let's go ahead and take a look. 41. Okay,
41.
so they scale pretty good per level, you know, as the minion levels go up here. Right now they're on level 1, so you know that they're not really that strong. But 41 is still pretty significant. This is equivalent to like Soraka auto attacking you.
Yeah, I definitely know that they will. If you fight in your minion wave, they will definitely beat up the enemy a lot, quite a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So like, if you're in a situation where the cannon's focusing the enemy and their cannon is just like twiddling their thumbs doing yada yada, that's really good for you. That's really, really good. That's how you tip the scales in fights. Like that's how fighting in a cannon wave selectively and you know how to abuse it minion aggro can literally win you fights as Garen top lane.
So now going even further now, if I go phase rush, I could open with the spin, hit the Q, or get an auto attack Q, phase rush back into the bush, drop the aggro, and now I just won a quick little trade.
Twitch chat, look at this man. He's engineering the concept right off the bat. Oh my god, it's a beautiful moment. As a coach, I am crying metaphorical tears of joy right now. Look at that. That like it makes you look at the game a lot differently, right? But that is literally what high elo top laners do. They respect the laws of minion aggro. They play to their advantage.
Okay.
Right? At the very base level, you know, it's baiting the enemy jungler into the big cannon waves so that way they can win the 1v2. Right? That's how we look at it at an elementary level, but it goes so much deeper than that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right? Okay. Today you learned?
Yeah, that's a game changer.
So, I must disclaim, at the same time, there are some things to look out for. Now, granted, your spin does bypass minion aggro, but remember when we talked about using Ignite and spin at the same time?
Yes.
Ignite is single target. So, if you pop Ignite and spin at the same time, you will get minion aggro because Ignite, you know, it's going to trigger minion aggro. So, be careful about that. All right? All right. Cool. So I'm glad that we got that on the table. Yes, that is technically how you can win trades a lot harder in Rammus. I know you're struggling here and there a little bit, but it would be so much more valuable for you if you chose to commit spin first, not just because of the armor shred, not just because of bypassing and waiting for aftershock and W to be down, but also because of dodging minion aggro.
Amazing.
Any questions at this time?
No, that
okay.
that was
all right.
That was, okay.
Cool. All right. Cool. All right, let's continue. Yeah, so I'm not expecting you to react to W with every taunt. It's going to be really hard because you have to do it preemptively. And what I mean is like you have to hit W as you expect him to hit the key. So that's going to be tough sometimes. One little indication is how he's facing you. Right? If he clicks on you with taunt, the champion's automatically going to shift position towards you to be able to commit to the taunt. So that's one little key factor we can factor in. But other than that, it's going to be hard to react to some taunts.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you get critically low here, especially Poppy, you should be positioning here. I think like you farming minions here doesn't do anything for you because if he goes in, you're just going to tower anyway.
Right.
You might as well just save yourself the grace. And then just have to just be a tower. Because if you were here, you wouldn't have to be... You could have maybe outplayed this tower dive. You could have actually maybe even gotten a double kill.
Double kill.
Yeah.
Especially if I didn't use flash defensively and still die. I could have used it possibly offensively. And
Right. Yep. So that's something to consider too. Because you did miss out on some minions here. So it's a 1-for-1 with a little bit of a penalty, right? Yeah, Rammus punishes certain top laners a lot harder than Garen does. Garen actually has ways to deal with Rammus, and that's the really cool part about this matchup. But do you also see like how Dorn Shield doesn't really like make much sense in this matchup, especially when Rammus is expected to develop grievous wounds, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Beautiful. Now I must admit too that Rammus is also making a ton of mistakes. Like I don't know what the heck happened level 1, but like him proxying all the time was just really strange. So you got a lot of leeway in this matchup, I should say.
Yeah, that's gold.
Yeah.
That is gold.
So just be careful. The next Rammus you might play against might be a little tougher.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so like that you're zoning. Good. Yep. So trying to abuse your range and trading potential, because right now your build technically beats Rammus. Good. You're landing at slow crash. Beautiful.
I feel like this is where I should have preemptively hard crashed it beforehand, because now it's...
Yeah, it's just kind of awkwardly there. I mean, he gets Bramble, which is going to push the wave back inevitably, but it's always a good policy to go ahead and crash the wave there. I like that you're getting aggressive there. Like, that's okay. If you fight him here, that's okay. If he taunts you and pulls you towards tower, you're going to probably just take one tower shot. It's not that bad. You can even W the tower shot. If you miss the W there and you take the tower shot, just W the tower shot, and you're off scot-free.
Right.
Okay. Well, this is a pretty long replay, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover everything here, but we're going to cover as much as we can. Yeah, yeah. Good. Okay, so we got level 6. We have Ignite. So this is where...
you told me to go in.
Yeah, this is where I said to go in, and you did great. You did great here. Okay, so you
I hesitated.
That's okay. You push the wave in.
Or is this where I just killed him?
I think you just killed me here.
Okay, it was the next one where I hesitated. It was after the tower was gone because I chased him all the way down.
Yeah. I think you could have maybe killed him on this wave here too. Okay, yep. So this is where we go ahead and push in here. There we go, just like that. Just like that, beautiful. And you just cut through him. Like he was at half health, you just go ahead and blow him up easily. That's with rank 1 ultimate. Once you get rank 2 ultimate, he's just afraid for his life. That's the cool part. Okay, so you get the plate here. I like that you chose not to engage on Diana. That was smart. You get your plate, you back off, you run. Very, very smart stuff. Amazing. Let's shove this next wave in. Have you back.
Hindsight, I probably shouldn't have backed right where you could see me.
Yeah, yeah. I think you should have stayed for one more wave, or what you could have done was just backed in inconspicuous location. So you got a plate off of this?
Yeah, I think he does. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I telegraphed my timing for him.
Yeah, you did. You definitely did. So that's what allowed him to push so easily, because he knew you were gone.
Yeah, and this is where I go and steal the kill. I'm not sure at this point if that was a bad thing or not.
Yeah, you didn't need the ult on this. It's okay that you take it. I suppose.
But now I have my ult on cooldown, so it's
yeah. Yeah.
I think
this
for some reason...
down.
Yep, I think
Get another plate there. That's good. Wonderful.
I think I used the... Yeah, I think we talked about it in the game. I thought that his TP was down, so I was doing it for a time thing.
Right, yeah, but we didn't see the teleport ever used.
Right, right. Mistakes were made.
It happens. Definitely happens. Hey, so... Did you understand why I asked you to take Herald compared to doing something like this again?
Right, Diana's showing mid, and Rammus is all the way up top, so neither of them are gonna immediately come when we have me and Graves right here.
Right, you guys have Scuttle too. This is such a free Herald, and I'm glad that you listened to the call here and take it. I want you to recognize the opportunity in the future, because that's going to give you more free Heralds in the future in your games.
Right.
That was really, really good. I like that. Good energy here. Because you understand what Rammus is trying to do, right? Let's reverse engineer this. What is he trying to do?
Well, he's probably trying to draw pressure by farming way up in there to... I mean, it's going to eventually whittle my tower down because nobody's there catching the waves, and he is just collecting free farm, and then he can just, you know, roll away kind of scot-free. Yeah. Is my consensus on that, I suppose.
Yeah, it's good. And also to commit to him when he's like literally worth 150 gold is like literally 2 cannons. It's gonna not only cost you gold because you're missing out on minions.
Missing out on the minions.
And then it's also drawing pressure. So like he's doing this to buy time for his team. He knows he's really behind. He's just gonna suck it up and just try to like literally proxy.
Right.
Right.
Because it would probably take more than one person to get him.
Yeah.
Probably snowball away. So
absolutely, I agree with that.
Okay.
Well,
yeah,
so
it makes no sense.
We get you the Herald here. I ask you to back really quickly for Trinity Force.
Yep. And then we grab the wave and then we do, I think, right?
And like, here's another cool thing about Herald, right? You get enhanced recall.
Right.
So you get to recall super quickly, get back to lane, get Trinity Force, and now you're just so threatening. It's so great to have Herald on a solo laner. Okay, beautiful. Go ahead and catch top here. Okay, you prevent him from getting a plate. That's good. So here's where I think we needed to just like...
Where you said to run at him.
Yeah, I like this is the point where I'm like, you could just go ahead and kill him.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Now, granted, I think like because we waited a little bit too long, he's a little bit too he's a little bit too far away now, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But the cool part is you can still dive him. This is still diveable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's as well.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
yeah, I think we just ignore him and get the tower and then kill him.
And then, yeah, you just kill him, and then you can just get the tower. Okay.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And then there was hesitancy on this one for me.
Yeah, you thought Diana was top side. It was just Fizz here. They push the wave in. Sona comes in. Ults you. Your Q damage. Okay, let's look at that Q damage.
Q damage was kind of absurd.
Yeah, that's Trinity forcing Q, by the way.
I probably should have just kept on running at him at that point, right? Or no.
Possibly you could have. We don't know if his ultimate's down. That's the problem. So there's a little bit of variance in this play. But yeah, you could have maybe gone in. I think though that you would have to maybe switch your focus to Sona, because Sona's the one with 56 armor. If it says, oh, you know what? It's because of her W that she's getting actually more armor. She normally has like what, 28, 50. All right,
Yeah, it's
okay,
low.
that's interesting. I think it's okay. Like the thing to consider here too is that yes, you could have maybe gotten a kill by continuing this fight, but it's also risky too because Rammus does have the opportunity to maybe intervene here. And then if you do die, even though 1-for-1, you give 500 gold to the enemy, and that's like what you don't want to do. Yeah. When you recognize this bounty, you have to play more conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because like it is cool to get kills, but it's also more important. It's cooler to stay alive.
Right.
Be that 1k gold bounty that they have to spend 35 minutes playing League of Legends to actually get instead of 15, which alters the game much sooner. Right?
Right.
Yeah. So like keep that in mind, okay?
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing too, is I gave it to Diana, who then could one-shot.
Yeah, that was a little...
That was a big one.
Yeah, definitely a bit unfortunate there. All right, so we got Dragon coming up here. You go ahead and head back out into the field. We're heading middle here.
Yep, you told me you wanted to get me kills, get me on the board. And this is where Wukong got upset.
Yeah, I wish you could do this in solo queue, but like, yeah, like that farm was Wukong's, and if you take it, he's gonna do that. That will not be the only Wukong who does it. That will not be the only League of Legends player who does that. So, you know,
it is what it is.
Yeah. Be a little more careful. So you go ahead and stay middle here for a bit. You're gonna go back to top. We got the dragon coming up soon. That's cool and all. Okay, so we're looking for more kills.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think you were telling me to go on Rammus so I can drop Rift.
Yes.
Or
well,
no, I already dropped.
You used the Rift, but you just want to kill him.
I used spin too early there. I should have waited to spin on him.
Yes, you waited, spin, try to block his power ball so you keep him in place, and then when your spin's done, auto Q, auto, back into spin, and then you go ahead and ult for the kill him.
Okay.
Yeah. He's kind of messing up here a little bit with the Thorny Mail, but granted, keep in mind that once you get your spin back up, you get his armor back down again. You're going to be able to do tons of damage to him. That's the cool part. If we just had you Q here, yeah.
I flash in to stop it, ignited it too late, and he still outran me, and then flashed. Okay. I should have committed a lot earlier.
And I'm gonna say that flashing for Rammus here doesn't get you much because you're flashing for a 0-5 champion. It's much more valuable.
It ultimately got me killed.
Yeah.
So it was a real bad play. The risk and reward was kind of a landslide.
Okay. So your ultimate does 300 plus 30% of his missing health. 300, so that's 486. 30% of his missing health. Plus 30% of his missing health, so he has approximately 1200 HP missing. So that's going to be another like 400 HP. I think the Zult could have maybe killed him. It's a really, really close number here. I have to probably calculate this, I think. So 786 is the final number before we can ult him, right? 786. Okay, it's 2132 minus 786. Okay, 1346 health is how much health he's missing. Divided up, we're gonna times that. 30, that's 403 plus 300. Okay, so you do 703.8 damage there. Okay, so unfortunately, it's not enough to kill. He lives with 86. So not ulting there is okay. I think that just the biggest mistake was flashing for him.
Right.
Yeah. If you had Herald and Dragon's about to spawn and you get him on Zet Timer to confirm on Zet Timer and you can take 2 towers with the Herald, that's different. I'd say flashing is okay here, but there's no objective up. And yeah, there's no real point to kill him. In fact, he profited off of this, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because he gets an assist, she gets a huge booty.
Yeah, so this is a little bit of an oopsie here.
Yeah. Kind of a big oopsie.
You're a Garen player who primarily invests in the Flash Ignite playstyle, and I've had this conversation, this heart-to-heart with other coaching clients before. When you're playing with only one mobility summoner spell, you must treat your Flash like a break glass in cases of emergency button. You know, use it decisively, but at critical moments, not just for the sake of having it.
Mm-hmm.
The last mindset you want to have is like saying, "Oh, I got Flash. Let me just go ahead and use it." Might as well, right? Might as well get this person on Death Timer who has yield net gold of 76, right? Might as well.
Right.
You know? It's like getting the free Frosty coupon at Wendy's and just using it not because you're craving ice cream, just because you have it.
Because I can.
Yeah, just because you can get it. You ordered a big meal and you're not going to have room for it, but you can get it just because you got the coupon. You know, you can't be looking at Flash that way.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. So Kaiser picks up the kill here. That's cool. We got a Herald coming up. In actually, it's up now. Okay. So this is the great. This is cool. You take the second Herald. I love it. And I like that you're very assertive in getting the Herald, making sure it was in your inventory. That's good. Great. Okay. So we got 2 minutes on Dragons. That means we got some downtime, but we got to be careful too because we have no Flash. Teleports in. And normally we'll think, okay, he's trying to make a play by teleporting in front of you like that. But no, he just teleported to the minion for the sake of teleporting to the minion. I don't know why. Some things cannot be deciphered in this game. So just keep in mind that when you auto-attack Rammus, you get movement speed. When you auto-attack Rammus with Phantom Dancer, you get an extra 7% movement speed. So this item is giving you 14% movement speed.
So I can chase him.
Yes. So Garen's base movement speed is 340. So when you are attacking somebody with Phantom Dancer, you are basically gaining tier 2 boots.
Wow.
Just with Phantom Dancer. It is that nutty. So you can chase targets, like keep layering the autos in, because you not only stack up Phantom Dancer, you also stack up Trinity Force, and that's really good. Because like you have Conquer fully stacked, you can really put the hurt on them even if you're not spinning. It's very, very insane right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so keep that in mind, okay? Okay, so they're up 2 dragons. We're going on components for Hullbreaker. We're building Hullbreaker 3rd here. So let's talk about Hullbreaker timing, right? Just because Hullbreaker is strong doesn't mean you need to build it right away. Doesn't mean you should build it first item. Some situations you don't even want to build the second item. We talked about building a third. Yeah.
Yep.
And do you know why that's important, right?
The passive doesn't actually work until later on, is that correct?
Yeah, well, in more specific terms, the passive gives you 15 armor and magic resistance, and that number does not move until level 13.
Right.
So, like, you are timing Hullbreaker's efficiency around getting a third, so that way when you have it assembled, you're really starting to ramp up its gold efficiency. Passive's really kicking in, so that's good. Yeah, that's why we go for the Phantoms second here, and then Hullbreaker third. I think that's a really great move. Okay, so we got Dragon up at 50. So I wanted you to... So, like, it's important to chunk him here, which is why I asked you to stay here. Okay, you flank him. I'd say wait to get up to him first. You like, in this situation, since minion aggro doesn't really matter too much at this point, you can Q him first. I don't mind you doing that. If you want to gap close, Q him first, that's okay. Yeah, you're messing up really heavily. And like here, you ignite, spin for a second or two, you blow him up right here. But you see what you chose to do instead?
Right, I walked away. And
yeah, you just let him get away. And like, here's where you also could have just like, whoosh, just you could have just sent it here. Like, I think the ultimate just even kills him at this point, right? Yeah, your ultimate, yeah, because he has 200, he's got 200 more HP, and you have rank 2 ultimate. Yep. So 100%. You could just ult and hit it, and I think it kills him. And that's actually really big too, because that like allows you to maybe escape from this Yasuo here.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it's kind of an important part. Or at least at the very least you trade 1-for-1.
Right.
But if like let's go back. If you killed him when you engaged the first time, Yasuo engaging, he may have not had the opportunity to kill you at all.
Right.
Like ignite here.
Yep.
And then Q, and then ult, and then he's just dead.
He's dead, and then
Yeah.
I would have ample time to get away.
Yep, you have ample time to get away, and then you go ahead and heal back up, lick off your wounds, and then you go ahead and reapply pressure. If Yasuo stays, that's fine. He doesn't get to join another team fight that decides his dragon, and that's profit.
Right. Right.
Right? So, just keep that in mind. Yeah. So, decisiveness on getting kills was definitely something that we had to work on a bit. But I think, like, once you started to get... Once you started to, like, be, like, more aggressive, when you started to, like, pull the trigger a bit more, when I cracked the whip a little bit more, you were getting kills again, and it was good. It was good. You just you pressed the gas a little bit. It was good.
Yeah, it's a different build that I'm used to, so it's weird for me to kind of
Yeah.
gauge the damage that I do have.
Yeah, and a lot of my coaching sessions, I'm always going to be looking to get my client out of the comfort zone at least a little bit. This is a little bit more so than the average, but it's good because, like, I think now you'll have more confidence with this build if you choose to go for it in the future. It won't be going
Absolutely.
it won't be a build every game, but this is a great thing to have in your arsenal for when you can abuse it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be Sion, Rammus, Maokai top lane, Yumi top lane, you know. Okay. So, again, we don't have the time to cover this whole replay, but I think that we did hit a lot of important things on the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mini Nager one was probably the key takeaway here.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's going to help you in so many top lane matchups to come. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go on. All right, great. All right, so yeah, wow, the hours came and went here. Gosh, I lost track of time. Okay, so we covered a lot today. And I think specifically with your play, be selfish in the right way. Don't be lane swapping. You know, keep the laws of minion aggro in mind. Be more decisive about pulling the trigger, especially when you're learning your limits a little bit better. Get those kills, okay? Hold on to Flash as a valuable resource instead of just the Wendy's coupon, right? No Wendy's coupon. It's the axe in the glass case, all right? Just do that, all right? And yeah, focus on those fundamentals. I honestly think that even if you didn't take coaching with me today, you probably would have nudged into platinum eventually. I think with my aid today, you're going to get there much faster, and that's cool. All right, just be patient in your climb. Also, try to do something a little different for warming up for your first game. That's a personal request on my end, okay? Okay. Before I get going, what resources do you have? Do you have access to my coaching? I'm sorry, my matchup spreadsheet. Okay. Okay. Cool. Great. So there's that. We'll be updating that in July, which is coming up in a few days from now. Also, like, do you have resources for Garen specifically? Like, do you know where to access replays? Do you know where to look up builds and stuff? Do compare and contrast? Okay. 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 So that's good. Do you have access to Domisum?
I have never even heard of it.
Okay. Here. So let me link it to you. I have this talk with almost every one of my coaching clients. So imagine a place where you could go ahead and watch a replay of any Garen matchup that you can think of, including the elusive Fiddlesticks top lane.
Oh my.
Well, hey. Oh my god.
I've seen this. Okay, yeah, I have Googled it and
Okay.
yes, I've watched quite a few of these matchups.
Are you subscribed? Did you ding the bell?
I did not subscribe to it.
You gotta slap the crap out of the like button, dude, and the bell. Slap that bell. Turn on those
Okay.
notifs, all right?
Okay.
Because like the great part about League, and more specifically for champion focused endeavors, is that you can get better at your champion, you can get better at the game, even not playing, by making sure you're going to the right place and study other Garen players. Can compare and contrast. There are solutions on this channel demonstrated by high elo Garen players from around the world, that carry out matchups in ways that you wouldn't think that were possible, or approach things that make you think differently about the game. So like, it's really cool. This is one of the best resources for Garen. If there's any matchup that makes you scratch your head, look here for your solution. Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool. Great. All right. Well, I think that's about a wrap. Is there anything else you wanted to ask before you get going?
No, I think I'm pretty well set off here.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Thank
Great.
you very much for your time.
Yeah, it was an awesome time. I really like some of the things we covered. It's exciting to potentially see what you can do in the future. I think, like, already looking at your profile, you have promise of climbing. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see you in diamond someday, maybe soon. Actually, like, I think platinum's a no-brainer, but I could definitely see you in diamond if you just give yourself a little bit of patience. But
Oh,
you know,
the learning curve.
it's part of the journey. You know, I think as you said to
Absolutely.
start yourself, you know, you enjoy the game by learning and improving, and I think that's cool. Never lose that. Always be hungry to learn the next thing. You gotta be like Goku. Look for your next challenge to overcome. You know, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. So I think that's a wrap. All right. So thanks again so much for choosing me as your coach. I really appreciate your business, and yeah, thanks for being such a cool person today in my Discord server.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Until next time, you know where to find me.
Absolutely.
All right. Have a
Bye.
great night.
You too.
Okay. So that was a Gold 1 client by the name of MN Josh.